KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
You made it. It's Tuesday. 7 o'clock to be exact. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoenig on the other side of the glass. You're on R&R in the morning. Here we go.
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's go right into it. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to moan. It's just Tuesday. That's what it is. You just kind of have to figure it out.
Yeah, man. We ain't nothing we can do about it.
Nothing we can do about it. It's not Thursday. It's only Tuesday. Have a good Valentine's evening?
Yeah, man. We just relaxed, man. I told her, hey, get online and order some stuff that you want.
And did she?
She was like, that's a great idea. Like
Did you get online and order something you wanted?
No.
Why not? Good morning, Paul.
What's up, Paul? Paul's always number
Yes,
one.
sir.
I have to give Paul like a gift card or something one day. No.
Why not? See, why is it just one-sided?
It's not one-sided. It's just like even with like Christmas, Father's Day, birthday, like her, my daughter, my oldest daughter, my 25-year-old, soon to be 26, I frustrate them beyond belief because I'm just like, because you got to remember, man, my wife, like when we were first dating, like like I was spoiled rotten. Like I got whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, however I want. I want to go here, I want to go there. Whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted it. In my 20s, early 30s, she got it. So now I'm just like, I'm good. Like I don't care. And it wasn't like I got her all this stuff. It's like she wanted a pair of boots, I think. I don't know. I don't know.
She wouldn't have gotten those boots, but for you saying, go ahead and get them.
She wouldn't have got them.
Really?
She would have eventually got them, but she's been hinting at me of these boots for a while. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
These boots are nice. These boots are nice, and I've been like, okay, get them. You know, like why you keep telling me about the damn boots? Get them. So we good.
Karl?
What'd you get? What'd you get, Karl?
How was your
You did Saturday.
I saw a terrible G League game last night.
Oh, that's right.
Spurs got blown out by Agua Caliente by 30 points.
Yikes.
What? Oh, because Primo's not there. Who else? K-Cock?
Yeah, Devontae was he's transferred to Austin, but he was out with an illness. And yeah, there's no assignment players. Wieskamp's up with San Antonio. So that's how it goes sometimes. The Clippers are really good, Agua Caliente, I should say. Mm-hmm. And they were led by former Roadrunner Keaton Wallace.
Oh, wow. Good.
Really?
He's balling for them. He's had like 5 straight 20-point games.
Good for him.
Is he going to get a look?
I hope,
playing
but
like that.
He's a scoring guard that's like 6'3", so that's hard to make it in the league. There's a lot of those in the G League.
His future is here in the G or elsewhere internationally. Yeah, a scoring guard. That's what they want.
Go to Greece and make $100,000 in 3 months.
Keaton can make a lot of money for
China,
a long time. Yeah,
and go make another $100,000 in 3 months.
You just have to sacrifice.
But dude, it's not easy. Mm-hmm. It's not easy living overseas with no family, nobody. You just alone. It's cold. You're American.
Which has its positives and negatives. I've known a lot of guys that have gone. And
I know a lot of guys too.
Absolutely adored it.
Yeah.
Others could not wait to get home.
Yeah, I know a dude that I got to know a dude that Switzerland loved it, became a legend. Turkey, a legend. But again, it takes a different mindset.
Mm-hmm. It's a good gig though. If you can survive it, it's a good gig. We went out early. I'm old now.
No, day drinks are the best drinks.
Oh man,
I'm a firm believer in that. I don't know, and that ain't even an old thing. It's just a better vibe.
You know, but working drive time for most of my
you never got to do anything.
Career. Happy hours are so cool. I know
what time's happy hour normally end? Like 7, 8.
Never past when I used to get off work.
So when you get off work, drinks are full price.
Always.
When you're drive
I would get the last of the happy hour round. You know, I would get the drink. The first one I got would be $5. Same drink next time, $10 kind of thing.
And if you're lucky, there's a place or two that has the reverse where they do like a 9 to 11, but that's rare.
Yeah, I never hit those. So happy hours are kind of a new thing, and you know, I'm getting older. That's not a regular thing anyway. But it was Valentine's, and we were planning, like I said, Friday night we're gonna go see Sebastian. Mm-hmm. So my wife called, snuck out of school early, played. I don't know, got out of there about 4:30. So let's meet at a bar. So we go and met, and Had a couple of drinks before I knew it. I'm not accustomed to that day drink. I think also I'm dealing with the you ever when you let me start this whole thing over.
Yeah, what's up?
The second time you use shampoo, how it suds up fast. You ever done that? You ever read the back of a bottle that says wash, rinse, repeat, and then you repeat it, and the second time, that second one, it soaps up fast.
Yeah, got you.
I was a cheap date yesterday. After last week's pretty consistent alcohol, for some reason, my tolerance level, I think, has dropped a bit. So yesterday was a cheap drunk.
You were feeling good.
It was an Uber. It was an Uber evening, is what it was.
How many did you have before you started feeling good?
About third one, I started feeling pretty relaxed. I can tell you that.
Good food.
Good food. Fried chicken. I'm on a fried chicken kick.
I know I don't think I'll probably be drinking until at least Saturday.
Well, it was unintended, but
I know it just happens. But
there
you go with the flow.
There was we talked about it last week. We had a fantastic kind of southern meal, a place called Fixins, and we come to find out the restaurant was owned by Kevin Johnson, the former Phoenix Sun Guard in Sacramento.
Great food, great vibe.
Yeah. So and they had the chicken was unbelievable.
I can't believe you went with the fried chicken again.
I saw it again, and I thought, you know what, that last bit, and you know what, it was just as good. I'll give him a shout out. It was Southerly. That's good fried chicken, man.
It is good.
It's my style.
I've had it. I didn't know if we're gonna, but I've had it, and it's legit.
Yeah.
And I even had it like brought to me, and it survived the test of time, because sometimes
it can get a little,
no matter what
slimy.
food it is, it doesn't travel well. That one from Southerly, it traveled well, and it was pretty good. The first time I had it, when I was in there, it was salty, and I was like, but then I guess they kind of tweaked it, took the sodium down, and it's been on point ever since.
Do you like the glass fry? There's some places that specialize their crust is
what do you mean?
Talk
to me.
You bite into it, it's like crash. You can really feel the crunch.
I'm a crunch.
And then there's Southerly's a little bit different. My Traeger's talking to me.
Your Traeger's telling you to
text
clean
from my
it.
My Traeger's upset with me, telling me it's time to clean.
That is
very strange.
Translation. Use me. I miss you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, I want some Valentine's love too. What up, Mo?
My grill is telling me it needs a bath.
But is it dirty? You don't use it.
Oh, I do use it. Period. I do use it more than I do use it.
Just, man, let me.
But
what do you want for it, Rob? What do you want for the Traeger? Like, just tell me, man.
You know what? I get the sense
you got
that
it
you
for free. You got it for free. What do you want for it?
Treating my Traeger.
You are. Anytime I guarantee you, Minix Traeger doesn't text him. Hell, Minix tucks that thing in at night.
Oh man, my Traeger's mad.
Minix reads his Traeger a bedtime story at night. The little rib that could. The little rib that could. Are you ready, Daddy?
Meanwhile, mind you, I haven't been warmed up in months. I'm getting the text.
Yeah, because you old school. You like to get down the real way. Rob barbecues like real man.
I like my Traeger.
No, I'm kidding.
I know, but you're right.
Yeah.
I don't treat my Traeger with near as much love as Minix does. And obviously, I don't think he's ever gotten a text.
No. So you had a good Valentine's Day, man.
It was an early one.
That's the best. Well, first of all, you both wake up at 4. So it has to be early. And it's Monday. We still got 4 days left in this week. Of course it was early.
It was Valentine's.
I
got the feeling that a lot. No, it was. I got the feeling a lot of people celebrated Valentine's over the weekend because I was expecting a crowd. That little area down at the Rim where there's like 30 restaurants. I figured it. I actually got a parking place on that little street.
No way.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's
never parked.
Never.
Ever.
I haven't either. I actually got one right there.
Yeah, you beat the crowd.
Well,
y'all timed it perfectly.
This was me and a bunch of other old folks.
Yeah, even with fixings, like there's sometimes you walk in a restaurant and then like 30 minutes later there's a wait. You're like, yes, let's go. Yeah, I think most people did what Karl did, Rob, and they did it over the weekend because there's nothing worse than trying to get a reservation or trying to walk in somewhere on Valentine's Day. So
I saw a lot of people walking with flowers, though.
Did you end up doing flowers?
No, I did not. And sadly, I'll be very honest, I didn't even get a card. I went to the Valentine's aisle yesterday. But I printed one out. Does that help? Does that matter?
Hey man, it's the thought
I made
that counts.
one. I went to the CVS by my house.
I always handmade over bought every day of the week.
Well, Okay. I mean,
Handmade is always better than bought. Seriously.
mine was as nice as the printer that I have, but
Yeah.
I went to the CVS and it looked like the bread aisle.
Oh, it was done.
Well, yeah, when the
Wasn't
lockdown
much there.
happened, there was nothing left unless I wanted to buy something in Espanol.
Yeah. What did you get? Like, what was your gift to you? Well, what did she give you?
Our
Cologne,
gift
a
to each
robe?
other is actually the tickets to the
Friday.
the Montessalco show.
Are you sitting pretty close to something? Y'all get some pretty
No,
good
we're
seats?
not actually, but you know,
I don't
after
think you
buy-
need a good seat for a comedy show. I think comedy show as long as you can hear.
exactly. But you know the
You
thing,
know?
but you have to see Montessalco. You do kind of need to see this guy. He's got a unique mannerism about him.
So
Got a
you
little bit of
kind of need to see him.
Got a little bit of a something. But no, I think if I'm far enough away, I think it'll be okay because
Mhm.
I've seen some of his shows and he's filling, you know, the Madison Square Garden kind of stuff. He's filling big buildings, and I guess if there's
Oh.
as big as I don't even know where the show is. I think it's the Majestic. It might be the Tobin.
Or
I'm not sure.
Aztec.
If it's any of those three, there's not a bad seat.
It's not LOL.
No, I think it's bigger than that. It could be. I honestly do not know where he's performing, but
You
I
just
think
want
I think he fills a bigger room.
Is this a double date? How many couples going?
No, it's just us. And you know, funny, we were out in LA and Right Eagle's going, but not to this one. He'll be going to the show in Austin.
Oh, got you. Well, I know sometimes these comedians get so big they do 2 nights in one city.
Mhm.
So
This guy's pretty big. In fact, I follow him on Twitter, and he was at the game.
Which one?
He was at the Rams game.
Really?
Montessalco was at the game. Yeah,
That is going to be that's going to be the hot spot next year. That's going to be the hangout in LA next year. It started this year, like later toward the year, like as the playoffs got close, and then the playoffs hit, and it was like, oh man, this is the hangout. And the way the Super Bowl turned out, SoFi looks so nice. It looks like a cool place to hang out, and I feel like, you know how it is in LA, like, oh, that's the she thing to do. If you're not at the Rams game, you're not anybody. That, like, I could see this going on all next season, especially if they come out the gate 4-5-0 and they're still rolling. That's going to be a tough ticket, man. That's how LA is. Their ticket price. Kroenke's happy.
Oh yeah,
Kroenke is thrilled because those ticket prices just went up, especially when you have that many stars. I can't remember that many stars at a Super Bowl. Like, it wasn't that many stars at Tampa, you know?
Oh hell no. Oh, no.
So it is what it is. But you know what today is, Rob?
Payday.
Yeah. Well, yes, that is true. Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me.
Which I always felt it was odd. Why can't we have Valentine's Day on payday? There was years growing up when you're broke, and if you're broke, you don't have enough foresight to plan ahead.
I need to start monitoring my debit swipes because my wife knows. I think this is today 1 year mark when we got snow and we were all
was this
happy.
a year ago today?
I want to say it was a year ago today.
Oh no.
And it started snowing and we were all happy. It started off as, it started off like Apollo.
Oh, yeah.
It started off like Apollo and Drago, like, oh, this is fun. We got the press conference. We're having a good time. And then next thing you know, your wife is yelling from the crowd to stop the fight. I think today marks a year because my wife, it was like midnight last night. She showed me videos and my 13-year-old was doing the snow angels. So it had to be today is the 1 year mark of
that is
the worst time. I can't remember San Antonio. I mean, of course, COVID, like we'll put COVID to the side. Like that, of course, ruined a lot of people's lives. But as far as just inclement weather.
It was a year ago today.
See?
I'm looking at the pictures.
When the snow started, right?
Yeah, when
where everybody was outside on Facebook Live. Oh,
look how fun
look at my
this
street.
is.
We got way more snow than y'all. And then next thing you know, 3 days later, we were like, say, man, what's going on? CPS, grid people. CPS was blaming the grid was blaming CPS. America was laughing at Texas. We were the laughing stock of the country. They're like, man, them fools on their own grid. What are they doing down there? People like you and Karl, no power.
Oh, it was awful. Awful.
And it was a week, right?
You talk about
a
these
week.
pictures. Oh, we went 4 days or so. But you talk about the pictures. For us, we have some videos. It was kind of like the Blair Witch Trial. Did you ever watch that video? Watch that movie?
Yes.
Where they were videoing themselves. Like the first day, we're walking with our phones. Like, look at this.
Me
snow.
too. We
this
all
is
were.
Awesome. 3 days later. Oh my God! Come on, please, send some help.
3 days later, you were cursing at everybody like, Whose fault is this? This isn't no damn rolling power. Where's the rolling power? People, man, like, man, my lights were on for 1 minute. I tried to cook some ramen. Like, we're laughing about it now, but it was real, man.
It was legit real.
What were you doing? Were you lighting fires with the wood? What were you doing?
Luckily, we live on a well, but we had lost power, but we have a pool. So at least we didn't have to melt snow to flush the toilet. I broke through the ice and we could use the water from the pool to fill the toilet so we could flush our toilets, which was a primary issue for most. And then on we could cook with gas and we had fireplaces, but
okay.
But
you have the gas.
We had gas, so we could turn on our stove to cook. So we were able to cook
that's
what
good.
was ever out. Yeah. So we had that ability, but no water because we had to let our pipes run dry or they would have frozen. So we could use the water from the pool to flush the toilets. And we had firewood to kind of keep one part of the house warm.
Kind of warm.
But it kind of was at best. I mean, we were in the 30s inside the house. And
so where were your boys? Was Klay at A&M?
Klay was in College Station.
Did
he
he
lost
have power
too? But he sent videos of them had a pickup with a rope and a tire sled, and they were cross country skiing and stuff across. So no, they had a lot of fun. Did you know it snowed in College Station on Saturday?
This past Saturday?
This past Saturday they got
really?
snow. Yeah. But no, so yeah, they had the same issue, rolling brownout, blackout kind of stuff, but not nearly as bad as we did. So they were fine. And my oldest son was snowed in at his house the first couple of days, and then he managed to make it out to us after a couple. But he didn't have power there, and we didn't have. It wasn't like it got any better for him.
But it's better to be with mama and daddy.
Because there was a little bit of heat and a little bit of water.
Your parents are older.
My parents are in their 80s. Yeah, this was This is one of those situations that people are going to continue to be held accounted for. I mean, we lost hundreds of people died in this because of the ineptitude and the just sheer. I don't want to go too far.
I know. Yeah. Karl, why didn't you drive to Austin? You couldn't make it.
There was no getting to Austin. Shoot,
people were still on the roads.
I was under the assumption there would be rolling blackouts, and I was
waited it out.
I had a game in San Antonio, and I was living in San Marcos at the time. And it seemed safer just to get back to San Marcos.
Yeah.
And then, I didn't have power at my place for a whole week. I had to go with my buddy Kef because he got rolling power 4 days into it. But I didn't even have signal service in San Marcos for at least 3-4 days.
Yeah, it was, Minix had gone to Florida.
He was stuck in Florida, but his house was fully powered.
Yeah, he had all the power anybody needed.
He was giving out his code, though.
He was cool. Everybody, if you could get there.
If you could get to his house, he's like, hey, go to my house, go shower, whatever. Yeah, I don't know what grid I was on. I never lost power, never lost water. I don't know what happened, don't know why. But my friends were going through it so bad, I was lying to my friends like, man, me too, bro.
This is awful.
I was like, I mean, dog, I can't believe this because I don't want to be like, hey, power time over here.
Well, I've got a couple generators now that I didn't have a year ago.
Dude, everybody was looking at those Generacs. What were they charging?
My brother went and got one.
What were they charging? Like 10 grand?
I don't know what exactly it is. It's pretty cool though. Those are nice.
But I heard that thing, like I'm talking about as soon as your house goes.
You don't even know.
You don't even know you lost power, right? They made some money last year in Texas.
Yeah, and they're still advertising pretty heavily.
You went and got you a couple?
I've got just a couple of
I got a regular one too that my wife used on her bus. We had went and got it from her bus just in case. But then, you got to be careful with those because people were, turning them on inside the house.
Yeah, and it doesn't run your entire house. It just runs a couple of
But I can't believe that was a year already.
I know. I still have PTSD. I'll never get over that. I will never forget that.
No, who will? If you lost power for a week, you'll never forget that.
You grow up in America figuring at least I can rely on the stability of the lights. Right. This isn't Mexico where every day at 3 it gets dim.
Right.
I mean, that's just not how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I woke up today. I was like, damn, it's been my wife showed me at midnight the picture. I was like, man, it's been a year already.
Lots of people's memories are going to be full of fun. Today's fun. Tomorrow, the outlook's going to look.
Yeah, tomorrow you're going to look at your memories and be like, damn, I was cursing out every energy company in the world.
This is when things went bad. We'll try to keep it on the light side, though. The Spurs did go down last night. The DeMar experience continues. Man, he lit us up. We'll talk about that soon. But first, we got to get you caught up on the headlines. We're a little slow to get there, but we know you need them. Karl's got them. Let's do the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Well, if you were waiting to see James Harden and Joel Embiid, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. There were rumors that his hamstring healed when he got traded, but that doesn't seem to be the case, as the Philadelphia 76ers say James Harden is out through the All-Star break with a hamstring strain. The quote from Doc Rivers, I think it's more to make sure that he's right, healthy, and ready to go instead of just going ahead and playing him right away.
I think that's smart.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, he dealt with the hamstring in the playoffs last year. So you got to handle it with gloves. And not only that, this is the team you've pretty much been playing with the entire season. I mean, minus Seth Curry, which I don't know why people keep feeling like they can do without him. He goes to Brooklyn, drops 23. All he does is get buckets. But that's beside the point. But I think it's smart on their side, on Philly's part, to err on the side of caution.
I'm waiting for James to talk. I feel like he's got something to say.
He's not. I don't think he will.
I know he won't, but I feel like he does.
Now, there was a Brooklyn anonymous executive that said Harden and Kyrie would play one-on-one every day after practice not every day, when they could practice together. And Kyrie was killing him. And he called James washed. And the relationship went sour from there.
I have a feeling
I don't know
James
how
got
true
something
that
to say.
is.
Well, you just get the sense that they.
But if that's true, James is soft as all outside.
Maybe.
Like, come on, bro.
Maybe. I just feel like watching the practice. Did you see that Twitter picture of him standing with his arms up like free at last?
I didn't see
I get
that.
the feeling that James has something to say. We'll wait and see if he actually has the opportunity or the desire to
You
say
think it's
it.
because of Kyrie?
Oh, yeah.
But Kyrie's never even there. He's only there. What does Charles call him? Half man, half a season? That's what Barkley calls him. He's not even there. How you mad at a guy that's not even there?
Maybe that's it. I just feel like James has something to say. Moving on.
All right.
Headline 1.
Cincinnati football coach Luke Fickell agrees to new $5 million per year deal through 2028 after a transformative year that saw Cincinnati crash the college football playoff and earn an invitation to the Big 12. The school's ramping up investment in coach Luke Fickell and his football staff. Fickell confirmed to ESPN on Monday that he's agreed to a new contract through 2028 that'll pay him $5 million a year pending approval from Cincinnati's Board of Trustees. The school is also expected to up the staff salary pool to $5.2 million, a bump of more than $1.4 million.
Running with the big dogs now.
Is the Big 12 a big dog?
Well, it's bigger than
Where
were they? Conference?
AAC, weren't they?
AAC?
I don't know where they were. I think they were AAC. But I'm just shocked he didn't get a gig. I mean, well, this is the thing. When USC found out they had a shot at Lincoln Riley, I think Fickell's days were numbered.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
It was like one of those things like, okay, we can get Lincoln Riley. Because Fickell's old AD was at USC, and you and I, we talked about it a couple times. We're like, he's probably going to end up at USC. But then they found out Lincoln Riley won out of OU, and it was a no-brainer. You go with Lincoln Riley. And I don't know who else wanted him, but I was kind of shocked that he didn't get a quote-unquote bigger job. But now, hey, you get paid.
$5
Get
million.
your money.
I wonder where that lands in the Big 12. Probably in the bottom side of things.
Well, is this with Sarkisian and Venables? Because if it's without them,
No, I don't
think
want to count them. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's probably at the top.
You think it might be at the top?
It's at the top. $5 million, and I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
Iowa State, Kansas, TCU, they're not paying anybody.
No, you're
$5
right.
million.
You're right. It comes in right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Exactly.
Congratulations. Now you got to go prove it. See if you can get it done.
Well, he got to the Final Four and got his face beat.
I agree. But at least he got there.
Got there. Facts.
And he had some skill. There's some guys that are going to go to the league because of him. So see if he can keep doing it. Moving on. Bearcats.
That's
Bearcoons.
right.
Whatever that is.
Becky Hammond, Delisha Milton-Jones, Penny Taylor are in Women's Basketball Hall of Fame class, as former WNBA stars are among 8 inductees that will enter the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in Knoxville, Tennessee on June 11th. It was announced on Monday. They will be joined by current DePaul coach Doug Bruno, former coaches Paul Sunderford and Bob Schindler, and contributor Debbie Antonelli, as well as veteran player Alice Cookie Barron. The 2012 induction will honor the 23rd class for the Hall, which opened in 1999.
The 2012 induction.
excuse me, the 2022
Oh, okay.
induction.
I was like, what did I miss?
Thank you.
So, well, first of all, congratulations to all those ladies. Any Hall of Fame you're in, any Ring of Honor you're in, any whatever it is you're in, that's an accomplishment that should be talked about. Now, if the women can have their own Hall of Fame, why can't the NBA? The NBA needs to separate itself from the Basketball Hall of Fame. And I'm not, there's nothing, look, whoever's in the Basketball Hall of Fame, tip my cap to you. Props to you. The middle school coach that got in because he's been in the middle school for 30 years and he's won 39 district titles and they let him in. Come on, you can stay. But I need David Robinson and Tim Duncan and Michael Jordan away from the middle school and high school coaches when we talk about the Hall of Fame. I do. There's levels.
You're right.
There's levels. If the women can separate and have their own, then the NBA needs its own.
I'd never really thought about it. And I'll tell you this, before you pronounce that, go. Because there is a flow, there's a feel to
you like it.
To
so
the
you
way
like the
is.
Basketball Hall of Fame?
I like the way it's presented.
Okay.
It kind of, there's a flow to it. It does feel like there's an international part to it, and they weave in why the international game and how the American coaches that went abroad back in the 50s to kind of spread the basketball word, how it kind of grew the European league and how then the Europeans started coming back. There's a weaving of the story of the league that I can kind of see it. I agree with you, though. I will say this. You're exactly right.
But
there
I do
is
need
no
to go.
reason for me to see the best player that ever played for the Ukrainian national team. You know what I mean?
Standing next to Michael Jordan with their arms
next to
folded.
Jordan.
Like,
you're right.
what?
Now, I can say there's guys that you've never heard of, like Oscar Schmidt, who was an international phenom that never made it to the league for a variety of reasons, should be there. It's kind of like the Baseball Hall of Fame, the Negro Leagues. Those guys should be in the league. They didn't have access to anything else. I do think that there's some of that needs to be involved, but I completely agree. There should be an entirely separate wing for the GOATs, the NBA, than there is for the international types.
Come on, man.
And if the women have their own museum, I don't care. Sure.
No, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying, like, hey, if they were smart enough, like, hey, we need our own.
Like, they have that little area where I remember when I was there, they had there was a high school player that had just gotten like 80 points.
Yeah.
I mean, it had nothing to do with the league, but it was cool. It was part of the fabric that was basketball. Right. I have a different view of it, but I agree that
it's like, dude, like
in there, if you have to go, who?
Some high school coach in French Lick, Indiana, back to back with Pop. Like, what? Props to you, French Lick, but you're not Pop. That's kind of rude, man. Let's move on. Let's get me out of here, Karl.
That's the 411 and a 210.
No, I agree with you. No, it does. And the way that the people are inducted needs to change. You should not be in the Hall of Fame and still be coaching.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Why are they inducting all these college coaches that go into the Hall of Fame? They're still coaching. I'll never. Calipari's been in the coaching Hall of Fame for what, 4 years now?
Yeah, that's like, Tom accepting his Hall of Fame speech 4 years ago. It's weird. Or Belichick.
Yeah.
Belichick getting his Hall of Fame speech 4 years ago and he still coaches 10 years. It's weird.
I think that when coaches' salaries were much less, they died in the position. So they wanted to make sure that they got honored before they, basically took it to the grave.
And I agree with that. Minix is a big proponent of that.
He likes it.
Well, Minix is a proponent of put them in the Hall of Fame before they're dead. I love a God. I mean, if let's.
Yeah, I don't want you to die.
A family
first.
should never have to celebrate the induction of someone into the Hall of Fame after they've passed.
Agree with that. I can dig it.
But I don't think you should fast track it on someone's on the deathbed. But if you have the opportunity, put them in. So.
Especially when you get up there, when they're in the 70s, 80s, that makes sense.
But at least you should be out of the profession by the time once you go in. You don't need to be near death, but once you retire, you'll be allowed in. We haven't talked about it yet because it wasn't that exciting, but the Spurs go down. We'll look at it next. DeMar DeRozan hits 40. The Spurs are rounding into a new rotation. Congratulations to Lonnie Walker. We'll talk about the sixth man last night. Good game by some, not enough from all as the Spurs go down. We'll look at it closely coming up. And 7:45, Kyler Murray's in the news. Is he arrogant?
Ooh.
Self-centered?
Finger pointer?
Is he a finger pointer? We'll talk about Kyler and the Cardinals and the situation they find themselves. We're so glad that you're with us on a Tuesday morning. R&R continues next year on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Alamo Cycleplex is on I-10, just down from the De Zavala exit. You can go to alamocycleplex.com, check out all the new toys they have, or you can go down to Alamo Cycleplex in person and look at the brand new 8,500 square feet of new showroom. So 8,500 new square feet of showroom means a whole lot of inventory. And this year they are celebrating 50 years in the business, 50. And guess what? They got a lot of stuff to go along with that 8,500 square feet. The KTMs are in, the on and off-road motorcycles are in, Sea-Doos, wave runners, segways, utility vehicles, one wheels, slingshots, Vanderhalls. They have it all. Like I said, the inventory is never low. They always got everything. But I will say this to my water sport people. If you want a Sea-Doo or if you want a wave runner, I suggest you get in there now, because by March or April, they will be gone. And once they're gone, they're gone. It's just as simple as that. Now, this coming up Saturday, February 19th, is the Boat Show Open House. It's going to be, as always, there ain't no party like an Alamo Cycleplex party. They make sure they take care of you. They're going to have food. They're going to have drinks. They're going to have a mechanic clinic, as always, plus an indoor boat show. So you got the jet skis, the wave runners, the Sea-Doo products. If you're one of your 2022 goals to get out and get moving more, they have everything you need. And now also with the 8,500 square feet of new showroom, they've moved the service part where they keep your cars until they keep your units, until they're fixed inside now, versus where they used to be outside to get rained on, get dust on them. Now they're inside, cameras everywhere, so they're taken care of. So they're going in all the way out of their way to make sure you have a great experience. And their service department is A1. Always get you in and out as long as the parts and things are there. So go over to Alamo Cycleplex this Saturday and go check out the boat show. It's a good time. All their parties are a good time. Always free food, always free drinks, always, people there to greet you and make sure you're having a good time. So that's going to be this Saturday, February 19th at Alamo Cycleplex. Go and check out some of the toys at alamocycleplex.com.
The San Antonio Spurs fell to the Chicago Bulls last night, 120-109. Former Spur DeMar DeRozan dropped 40 and notched his sixth straight game with at least 35 points. The Houston Rockets were defeated by the Utah Jazz, 135-101. Donovan Mitchell had 30 points to lead all scorers and sent Houston to their fifth straight loss and their ninth loss in the last 10 games. There's plenty of hoops action for the Texas team tonight. The Dallas Mavericks begin a 5-game road swing in Miami to take on Eastern Conference leading Heat. Tip-off is at 6:30 Central Time. Texas A&M will host Florida in College Station at 6 p.m. on the SEC Network. And a basketball edition of the Red River Rivalry pits 20th-ranked Texas at Oklahoma. That game gets started at 6 p.m. on ESPN2. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
The San Antonio Home and Garden Show is coming up February 25th through the 27th, and the Window Source of San Antonio would love to see you there. We'll be there hoping homeowners just like you get quality windows at the price you deserve. Come by our booth and mention ESPN, and we'll knock off an additional 5%. Isn't it time you let them old windows go? Call the Window Source of San Antonio right now, 210-880-3021. That's 210-880-3021. Come visit our showroom at 6800 Fairgrounds Parkway, or visit us at windowsourceofsa.com.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time champion.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about joint pain.
Trust me, I know about joint pain. Sure, I made it look easy, but if my body could speak, it would say, I'm in pain.
Are you living with chronic joint pain? Knees, hips, lower back, shoulders? Don't just assume the old treatments are the only treatments.
I've gone under the knife to get rid of pain, but now there are options, and you need to check them out.
Emmitt's talking about QC Kinetics, exciting new natural biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. New options now available here.
You can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics.
Real relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics for regenerative restorative treatments with lasting relief.
But now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
Start now with a free consultation at QC Kinetics. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Call today, 571-0318.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop.
Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7 with supplies and solutions for every industry and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem, and it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Exergen would like you to know about an important new study by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has always known. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate, and they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. With new strains of COVID on the rise, we can't afford to tolerate rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7 with supplies and solutions for every industry and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dell Technologies President's Day business sale has arrived. For a limited time, save up to 45% on all of our latest gear to work from anywhere with fast, free shipping. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. So now's the time for incredible savings on PCs, along with servers, monitors, and docks, all with free shipping and quick installation and setup through Dell Installation Services. Get started by shopping online or by contacting your Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
This is R&R in the Morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
I love working with sales types. Welcome back to R&R in the Morning. He's Rudy, I'm Rob, and we're happy on a Tuesday despite the Spurs going down last night. Not unexpected.
They went down to the MVP.
The MVP. And I think that legitimately we can say that. I think he is.
Right now.
That's
subject to change.
Oh, and it will.
It's either him or Embiid.
Yeah.
It's one of the two, but because DeMar has the better record and because he hasn't had Levine here and there, the streak he's on, brand new team. Yeah. Right now, February 15, 2022, subject to change. DeMar DeRozan is your 2021-2022 NBA MVP, and that is crazy at his age.
We're at 6 straight games now.
He's the oldest to do this.
7th consecutive game with 30 points.
35.
Well, I mean, but
give him that 5.
Well, I'm going to say 30 points or better.
Yeah. Got you.
Vucevic goes off for 25 as well.
I love Vucevic. I feel like he's so underrated.
You know, and he is so much exactly what we've been talking about the Spurs, and we hope Zach Collins grows to that.
Yeah, the inside, outside, because Vucevic can put you on the – if he wants to, he can put you on the block and just punish you all night if he wants to, but he chooses to step out to let Levine and let DeMar and Kobe and Zoe and let them work out in the paint. But he can do what he wants to. Orlando, I guess they're trying to rebuild, so they let him go. But I would love to have Vucevic.
Takeaways, 6 of 20 from 3. Only took 23s.
Only made 6.
Lonnie had a good game. Let's find some positives. You know, this is going to be, yeah, you're right. Who pop that back up, Karl?
What did he say?
Let's talk about Collins. Us comparing Collins to Vucevic.
We didn't compare him.
Right.
We said that's what we want him to be.
We want that, but no.
Good grief.
We're talking about ceilings and roofs up there. We want to see the ceiling. We want to see where Zach can get.
Yeah, for
Now, I thought Lonnie was going to start last night. I really did. I thought the matchup would lead itself.
I remember you
to that.
saying that.
I was wrong, but I want to give Lonnie some credit. And let's talk about what the rest of the season means. I mean, this is really him playing to be a Spur.
You know, Rob, I think he could average 20 the rest of the way, and I don't know if they're going to keep him.
Well, he'll have to take there's a dollar amount that the Spurs have already slotted.
Oh,
you know
you mean so you're saying like, hey, if he takes this $15 an hour, we'll keep him.
Well, if you would like to stay and continue your progress, there's a spot for you with X amount
I
of
love
dollars.
Lonnie. I want him around. I think we need an athletic type like that off the bench. I want Lonnie here, and he knows the system. But, you know, it's rare that the Spurs let a guy on his rookie deal go into his last year and they not let him go. I'm just going off the Spurs credit report.
And I don't know how hung up. I shouldn't say that.
What's that?
You know, being hung up on as a starter. I mean, you want to be the guy that walks out.
Nah,
and
starting's overrated.
Yeah. But look at the number dispersal. Look at the numbers, the minute dispersal. This is a unified team effort. We had how many guys? Everybody that played double figure minutes.
Yeah.
Everybody. The most was 31. The least was 12. Everybody's in the game. Now, we had a lot of DNP CDs just because a lot of guys just either don't know the system or are not going to be playing anyway, like Joel Wieskamp. But the limited minutes, the limited access to guys over the next couple of weeks is good for this bench. It's good for this bench. This is not a bad thing despite the loss. We're still going to turn out better for it.
Once he learns the system, your producer, Mr. Pledge, thinks that Josh Richardson is going to take most of Lonnie's minutes. I don't know how true that is.
Well, it depends on where the Spurs are going with this because Josh Richardson right now is a mercenary. He's not a long-term Spur. Now, he could play himself into it. My gosh, if you're a Spurs fan, we've been watching Richardson forever.
Yeah, I don't know if they have plans for him as much as it was like, okay, he is here because it made the $72 million work to get rid of Derek White. Like I don't know if there's plans for him.
He's like Keita Bates-Diop. He's an NBA player. I mean,
he's an NBA player. Hell yeah.
So there's certainly a place for him here. Do we want him long-term to the detriment of the development of the younger guys? I think is really going to be the situation. But if we were in a situation where there was a play-in game opportunity, whether you're on Team Tank or not, Josh Richardson would certainly come in handy. That's an experienced NBA vet who's been in playoff wars that could teach the young guys a thing or two.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of whether you want to be in that situation.
I don't know if I don't know how much he's going to play. Landale, Pop has tried with him. He's still on the learning curve. And then Vassell last night, he's a youngster, so he's going to have those games. 2 for 10, 0 for 4, 5 points, 24 minutes. That's going to happen with the young fellas. They didn't play a bad game.
No, they didn't.
If you watched it, they didn't play a bad game. It's just they ran into a buzzsaw. Like DeMar's on a different planet right now. And guess what? He drops 40 without hitting a three, without shooting a three. So I know the era we're in.
You know,
and I know
we'd have been bitching about no three.
We want to make him shoot threes, but you don't have to. It's a luxury, but when your best player can drop 40 without even looking at a three, I don't know. Maybe there's a slimmer hope for the old school mid-range game. He was raised by Kobe, mastered the mid-range.
And fostered by Pop, and that improved his handles.
Yeah.
He's a better wide open player than he used to be. He really is.
Yeah.
A better player in space than he was. Looking at what the Spurs did with Keldon 0 for 2 from 3. I thought Jakob played well. I don't know.
Jakob plays well every night to me. He does so many things. He does all the dirty work. He sets all the screens. He gets all the offensive rebounds. He gets all the blocks. He never gets a play called for him. Like he's their ultimate workhorse. I love Jakob. And again, when the trade originally went down, I was like, who the hell is Jakob Poeltl? What the hell are they doing up there in that front office? And now I love the guy. Love him.
We wanted Pascal. We wanted Siakam. We ended up with Poeltl.
We would have had Spicy P on this lineup.
Well, they chased him.
That's a different time. We barking up a different tree, but that GM up there is good, man. And he knew they had something in Spicy P. He ain't been the same without Kawhi, but he knew they had something in Spicy P. Oh man, can you imagine him on this team?
I just don't see him as Spicy P.
Pascal
Siakam's a lot of things, but spicy, that game's not spicy. I don't know what it is, but to me, I've always thought that nickname didn't fit his game. I'll be honest.
You know what? This show, one of us, either it's you or me, one of us is gonna have a problem with something. I want Lance to make us some rocking chairs. R&R rocking chairs. That's what we need, because one of us is always one of us always dislikes something.
Well, this game's not spicy.
Can we both be happy at once? Like yesterday, I'm mad at golf. Like, how dare you throw beer cans? And you're like, Rudy, shut up. That was awesome. And then they're like, what's spicy about his game? Like, what the hell, dude? Can we just be happy together?
Two old
one
Muppets.
day?
You remember the Muppet Show? Those two old
Yeah.
dudes?
Oh, that's us. That's us.
Waldorf and Astoria.
Damn, man. One of us is gonna be. One of us is gonna be like, no, I ain't feeling that.
Speaking of,
what's up?
Kyler Murray is arrogant and self-centered,
and he points fingers.
And he's a finger-pointing, immature.
Keep in mind, he's under 6 feet. We have a chip on our shoulder.
It's called the Napoleon complex.
When you're under 6 feet, you just walk around like the world feels like you're not worth what you are.
But if I came and said to you, Aaron Rodgers is arrogant and self-centered, you'd go,
yeah,
he
is.
Kyler Murray is arrogant and self-centered. Got to fix that. We'll talk about the situation that Kyler finds himself, or is there a situation that he is dealing with? We'll talk about that next very quickly. We'll be back looking around the NBA. Hey, NBA fans, Klay Thompson seems to be finding his form. We'll talk MVP, as we just did a little bit with DeMar, and some movies.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting close. The movie trailers for the summer extravaganzas are starting to hit, and it looks like it's going to be
some good ones.
We'll look forward to it. Man, we're glad you're with us. R&R in the Morning continues post-haste here on ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Bet you can tell me when the last Spurs championship was. But can you name your congressman? Sports or politics? The answer is obvious. This is ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It's time to change the way you think about your barbershop experience. Boardroom Salon will elevate your grooming experience with first-class haircuts, shaves, styling tips, and more. Boardroom Salon is designed with your comfort and relaxation in mind, with a luxurious, sophisticated environment, complimentary beverages, and a great vibe. Let Boardroom Salon set the benchmark for the best haircut experience you've ever had at their newest salon opening on February 15th at the Rim Crossing at the corner of North Loop 1604 and I-10 in Northwest San Antonio next to Velvet Taco. In honor of the grand opening coming up, Boardroom is offering our listeners 10% off all services for a limited time using the promo code #SportsStar for new clients only. And be sure to check out Boardroom's discounted haircut memberships and gift card specials with savings up to $265 this month on their unlimited haircut memberships. Visit boardroomsalon.com/rimcrossing. Boardroom Salon. It's more than just a haircut. It's where men get ready, relax, look great, and feel confident.
If you're a guy over 30 and feeling frustrated about your health, listen up. Not feeling yourself lately? Are work and relationships getting you down? Do you feel a lack of energy and focus on the things that matter to you most? All men around age 30 have the potential for their testosterone levels to decline naturally. When that happens, life can feel out of control. If that's you, then it's time to rethink your health with Synergenics Testosterone Replacement Therapy. For more info and to schedule an appointment, head over to 800lowt.com today and get your life back.
O'Reilly. This is Sarah's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
Driving cross country with 2 young children is ambitious, to say the least. Then our check engine light came on. We pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts and they tested it. Turned out it was a faulty sensor. They referred us to a great mechanic just down the street and we were back on the road in no time.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hola, Carla speaking.
Carla's roofing company always goes above and beyond.
Yeah, we heard about next week's forecast.
She needs a new foreman to weather a storm of projects.
You mean another full crew before Wednesday? Mira, Jose, can you work Wednesday?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, team, it's a full house. We got to pick up the pace.
At Hank's Restaurant, the line goes around the block.
Is this for 12? Okay, I need the truffle oil drizzle.
What he needs is another line cook.
Oh, man. Are the quail breasts still in the sous vide? Dave, can you keep an eye on that, please?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
From executive producers of Lost.
Maybe we missed the sign for the highway.
We didn't miss the sign. A new Epic's original series.
Where are we? It's important for you to understand what happens after dark. You're telling me I can't leave and that every night monsters come from the forest.
You saw those things outside. Maybe I can come in.
Get these people home, Sheriff.
Do everything I can.
From premieres Sunday, only on Epix. Get the channel or the app.
Roll home with Joe Reinagel and Jason Minix. The ride home made easy. The Blitz. This afternoon at 4. San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hey, this is Michael Jimenez. Have lunch with me on halftime today at noon. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Welcome back to R&R. Hey, today, starting at 4 o'clock, Joe and Jason are out at the Boardroom Salon. It's at 1604 and I-10, next to Andretti's. You know where Top Golf is, that little complex right there. Now, the Boardroom is one of those fancy places for men.
Awesome.
Looking for haircuts, shaves, you know.
We deserve to be pampered too.
Pamper me.
Boardroom looks like it's gonna be a cool little thing. You going out there?
I'm gonna go out there. It's opening its newest location here in San Antonio, 1604 and I-10. Head out there and join the boys. They're gonna have 10% off all the services for new clients. Use the promo code #SportsStar. Book your visit today or come by and see them. They'll be out live from 4 to 7. They're going to have gift cards. They'll have discounts on memberships. Everything you need today. I'm going to be out there. You should too. I need to be maybe get a haircut in there.
You need to be
It's
groomed.
a bold move for me to get a hair. I need to be groomed. Have you seen those commercials where they talk about, did you get a good groom? You know, the end of a good groom. You have good grooms?
No.
I don't even, I mean, I get ready in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't groom.
I've never been groomed. Have you been scaped?
I have scaped myself. I've never actually scaped by anyone else.
Yeah, I'm not letting nobody else skate.
I'm getting close to the family jewels there. I don't wanna,
no, you can't skate me.
You have to use the proper tool in those things.
But see, when you scape and it grows back, it's weird.
It is.
It's not.
A word of warning to those that decide to go there. You are preparing a field to come back thicker.
Yeah, and it hurts when it grows back.
Yes, it does. So you got to be careful with that. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people itching today as of yesterday was Valentine's.
Yeah, you had to be scaped.
You had to be clean and proper for company. Had to slick up for company as they were.
Oh, Rob, we got an invite, Rob.
We do.
When you and Rob are ready to play 40 and up league on Sundays, let me know.
See, you know,
I can't play a 40 and up.
I did a 40 and up league until I turned 50 and I realized I needed to play in a 50 and up league.
Bro, what do you got in you? Like realistic? How many good minutes you got in you?
Right now? None. You know what? We were at the, and by the way, much respect to you and to Mike for hitting the bucket at Universal Studios. That's the first time I shot a ball in months. And it was not pretty, man. Now, granted, we're doing it in a funhouse mirror kind of a way with those, but you nailed it from like 25 feet. That bam. And then Jimenez, we were all laughing at Jimenez because he said, "Hey man, set me up. I'm a spot up shooter."
Yeah. So he misses the. So yeah, let me say that he missed the first 2-3 shots.
Distant. No, he was close.
Yeah,
actually.
he missed them, but then he was like, "Rudy, pass me the ball. I'm a spot up shooter."
Get the hell out of here.
I rolled my eyes. I was like, "Dude, really?" But I did it. And I hit him with a chest pass, and he knocks it down.
Buckets. It was onions.
I was like, "What,
God. Man?" I was,
and he had on church clothes.
So
and he knocked it down. Yeah,
much respect to you as well. And there were people that were there all night.
Yeah, and
trying to win those crappy presents. After 3 shots, I had enough.
Yeah, but how many minutes you got in you, Rob? Like, let's say it's a 40-minute game, 2 20-minute halves. How many minutes could you
want?
Play?
Hard minutes? You want NBA Tuesday night Milwaukee minutes?
I want beer league 50 and up minutes. How many minutes you got?
I got for a full game or at one burst.
One burst.
One burst. You got about 2 minutes.
2.
I'll give you about 2 solid minutes up and down the court. I'll give you everything I got.
Me too.
I mean, I'll rebound.
I can give you 3 to 5.
I'll get you a rebound. I'll get you an outlet. I'll take a shot. I'll make a pass, but the fist is up. The fist will be up, coach.
You remember when you used to not want to come out? Now I'm like, yo, come
man.
I need one. And I got to get there probably an hour early because I got to stretch. Like it's a must. I stretch. I remember days just coming to the gym. Oh, hold on. Let me tie my shoes. Now, if I don't get there 30 minutes early to get a quality stretch, something's going down.
How many friends do you have to this day that are still gym rats?
A lot.
Me too. I've got two.
A lot of friends that still. They look at me like I'm a weirdo. Right. Like, you ain't playing no more.
I wish I could. My knees are so bad. It's just not possible. But I have good old Frank Garza, friend of mine. Good man, plays ball all the time. He's older than me.
But still playing.
You do not want to play him. He's one of those guys that never stops moving and just knows. He plays on 2 courts, and he knows the Kentucky windage. He knows exactly everything about the court, and he does not miss.
Yeah.
Does not. Guy I went to high school with. Ruben Robles. This dude plays all the time. I wish I had the wherewithal to get out and play a game.
When the last time you hooped, Karl? Uh-oh. I'm waiting to hear this.
I was probably going multiple times a week pre-pandemic. I have not run a sprint on a basketball hardwood since everything was shut down.
I think it would be hard for you to stay away because you're around it so much. Like you're around the ball. Like you play by play with the UTSA, with the Austin. Like I would think like you get the itch because you're around.
No, I'll tell you from my experience. I was in the gym all the time.
Oh, that's right. You were a coach.
But that scratched the itch. I didn't have to play. I was in the game. So I played probably less the more I was involved with the boys and coaching than I ever did, even though I was in a gym every day. The itch was scratched. I got the game. I didn't.
You just shoot a few jumpers here.
Yeah, hit a few jumpers, do whatever just to, when you're exhibiting something, not enough to embarrass yourself in front of the kids or anything.
Yeah, but tell the kids, if y'all knew me back when, I would have killed you.
One of those. Yeah. The old man.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. That's what we had a membership at the Y because they built the YMCA on Petranco.
Mm-hmm.
And right before the pandemic hit, I was playing like twice a week at the Y. So the last time I played was early 2020.
It's been a while. And, again, most of my games anymore are half court. So I'm getting down the court.
Because I'd rather hoop than get on the treadmill.
Oh, I will live by this. There's something about running that I feel like I'm being punished. I've done something wrong, therefore you must run.
Right.
Hey, we didn't get to Kyler. I promise we will. But coming back, we'll look at the NBA. The MVP race getting hot. DeMar DeRozan leads the pack. Who would you vote for? Praise for Josh Giddey. And here comes Klay Thompson. Around the league we go when we get back. Hang around with us. R&R in the morning only gets better here on ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Texas Cheer Liquor, 4 locations, beer, wine, liquor, cigars. 2 locations on Petranco, one right across from Walmart, and one all the way down past 211, the flagship. That's the flagship. That's number 1. They got it all over there. Number 3 is at 90 in Montgomery, and that location will be hosting Jason Minix and Joe Reinagel this Thursday from 4 to 7. The Blitz will be live at Texas Cheer Liquor number 3. So if you have not had a chance to meet those gentlemen, Thursday, well, actually, you go tonight, if you want to go over to the boardroom, but as far as Texas Cheer Liquor goes, they will be at number 3 Thursday from 4 to 7. Probably do some tastings, hopefully run some specials, go and meet the owner of Texas Cheer. I always go out to their remotes when they're at a Texas Cheer. I'll be there, Joe, Jason. Always a good time, always have some fun. And Jason always spends a whole bunch of money buying liquor, so maybe he'll buy you a bottle. Who knows? The 4th location is at Palo Alto exit in the Patron Plaza, right next to Walmart. You cannot miss it. Don't forget they do have the 8-gallon keg and the 16-gallon keg. They keep the humidor on point because I'm telling y'all they have cigars. So he always hey, Rudy, come back here and check my humidor. Go back there. I make sure it's on point. Act like I know what I'm talking about. Everything looks good, AD. So keeps the cigar humidor on point. They have the beer. They have the wine. They have the liquor. And they even have those, random one beer that's like 20%. They always have a bunch of different things. So, and if they don't have what you're looking for, they will order it for you. I have done it. It is true. They will do it. So there's 4 different locations. There's the website. There's the app. There's delivery. There's curbside. Anything and everything to make your visit that much easier on you. So Thursday, the Blitz, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., Texas Cheer Liquor number 3 at Highway 90 in Montgomery. Go and check them out at texascheerliquor.com.
We promise to never waste your time on nonsense. Know who's still in the snacks in your break room, blah, blah, blah. We talk about the NBA and a lot of it.
I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm just giving you my take on how I'm viewing these games while people are out with COVID.
Get the latest from around the league from the experts and analysts who know.
The Spurs are, when they're at their best, a well-oiled machine.
San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyer4us.com. That's all one word, alawyer4us.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
Remember how 15 years ago I switched to Progressive? Well, I used all those savings to buy that golf club that swings for you. But now everyone who plays golf is really good because, the club swings for you in the future, which is now.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
TrackPhone wants to know, are you an influencer? A big live streamer? No? Then guess what? You don't need an endless data plan. Get just the right amount of data with TrackPhone's $40 unlimited talk and text smartphone plan. Now with 8 gigs of high-speed data and unlimited carryover on America's largest, most dependable network, now with 5G. Get the data you need at the price you want. TrackPhone Wireless. Now you're in control. Available at major retailers. 5G compatible device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at TrackPhone.com.
Dell Technologies President's Day business sale has arrived. For a limited time, save up to 45% on all of our latest gear to work from anywhere with fast, free shipping. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. So now's the time for incredible savings on PCs, along with servers, monitors, and docks, all with free shipping and quick installation and setup through Dell Installation Services. Get started by shopping online or by contacting your Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K, how convenient.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can save just by being you. DriveWise in the Allstate mobile app gives you personalized driving feedback, and by adding it to your policy, you can save for driving safe just by being yourself. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click, call, or visit allstate.com to save today.
Not available in every state. Savings based on DriveWise and other safe driving discounts. Savings vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you've got an oil change coming up. We can help you save on the right oil for your vehicle. Right now, get 5 quarts of Castrol Edge Full Synthetic or Castrol Edge Full Synthetic High Mileage Motor Oil with an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for just $35.99. Visit one of our 6,000 stores or order from AutoZone.com for same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Live, local, loud. KZD KC, San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. Karl Schoenig doing far more than pushing buttons. Take us all the way to 10 o'clock. We're glad you're with us today.
Good morning.
Look at the NBA off the bat. When was the last time you went to a movie theater? Walked in, bought your popcorn.
It was recently.
What'd you see?
What did we see? Damn, I wish my wife was listening so she could tell. I went with, it was all of us. We went to see some kid. Oh, we went to see Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Went to see Spider-Man.
I didn't even see that.
And the family.
And that was good. That was a good movie.
Yeah, it was good.
Everybody's liked that one.
That was my 3-year-old's first movie. She did well.
Oh, awesome.
She did well. By about 30, 45 minutes, she was ready to hey, I wanted to explore this theater. Let me run around a little bit.
When my oldest was first born, I was in a position to move my schedule, and I worked in the evenings. And so I took care of the boy, my oldest, Jack, during the day when he was little. So after a couple of months, I was going stir crazy. I'd take him to the movies. In the baby seat, me and the old ladies.
Yeah.
It was great. The movies would put him to sleep.
Yeah.
The loud noises never really bothered him.
That's good.
So yeah, I was in the theater. I was the stay-home dad with a whole baby carriage and all that.
You look like the single dad.
I had everything, man. I had a cool backpack.
You're such a cool dad.
Yeah, man. I could change a diaper with one hand. Never even have to put down my beer.
Yeah, I think after a while you master it.
I was watching highlights last night as I was going to bed and saw a clip of Klay Thompson. Now,
this wasn't last night.
This I'm talking about, but this was last night because the Warriors were playing, but they were showing highlights of what he had done the night before.
Got you.
He had the most points anybody had in a quarter so far this year. Yeah. Was it 16 in the fourth?
He's a monster.
That is of great concern
to Phoenix and Milwaukee.
To the rest of the NBA, you should be very concerned if Klay Thompson is becoming what he was. Just be very concerned. I don't care how good you think you are. The Warriors, if they get it right, you can't beat them.
Yeah, Steve, I think a lot of these teams are looking, they need the All-Star break. Toward the All-Star break, teams start playing bad. The Warriors have lost 3 of 4. So it's just guys are peeking around the corner I need a decompress.
And I think Klay's kind of filling that vacuum as he's getting in better shape.
Right.
And everybody's kind of stepping back. But if he can continue doing this
and Draymond gets back
and Steph goes on the rip that he did last year. Remember that last month and a half last year with Steph? Oh my
God. Yeah. To get into the play-in. Yeah.
Look out for the Warriors.
Yeah. Them and Phoenix should be a really good battle for the West.
We talked about DeMar earlier. He's the MVP.
He's the MVP right now, today. Subject to change. That's what they say during the commercials.
Do you find it interesting that we're not even talking about Milwaukee or Giannis, that he's not?
Well, see, the thing about it is because they're in the middle of the pack, Milwaukee, and I hate to do this, but they're just a lot like the Spurs. They're going to be a lot like the Spurs. It's okay, we know y'all have a great player. We know y'all just won a title. But I don't know about you guys. And even though Giannis is the best player in the league right now, as far as just overall game, he's averaging 30 and 12. He's not the most valuable this year. There's a couple guys doing it a little bit better than him. But as far as when you put him in a playoff, there's no one really has a matchup for him. But they're going to deal with a little of that Spursdom where nobody really believes in them. Small market. We don't really care. We don't really believe you. But yeah, Milwaukee, they're still going to be in the hunt when it's all said and done because they play good team basketball.
Let's look at the East.
Let's look at it.
The Heat, you're buying or selling out there. They're sitting in first place, 37-20. Do you feel like as we sit today, they are a legitimate NBA championship caliber? I don't.
They were just in the finals.
I know. I don't though.
It was the bubble though. What do we okay, well, when you want me to buy or sell, what am I buying or selling?
Do you think as we sit today, if the playoffs were to begin, right now they're the 1 seed. They playing in the championship? I don't think so.
No, I'm selling.
Bulls sit in second place. Just one more loss. They're going to make it to the finals.
Sell.
See, here we go. Now, third place, the Cavaliers. I know that answer. No.
Sell. They're too young.
76ers sitting in fourth place.
I'm buying.
Mm-hmm. Me
I'm
too.
buying that they could be.
Bucks sitting in fifth place.
Buying.
Celtics.
Sell. They've won 7 straight, though.
Raptors.
Hard sell.
Nets. Sitting in 8th place, 30-27. They're 1-9 in their last 10. But they finally picked up a win.
They're like the Lakers for me, so I'm going to buy.
Okay. Now I think we're out of money. Hornets, Hawks, Wizards, any of those? No interest at all. So you look in the West.
Okay, let's go.
Suns.
Buy.
Warriors.
Buy.
Grizzlies.
Hard sell.
Jazz.
They never do anything in the playoffs.
And now no Ingles.
Sell.
Mavericks.
Sell.
Nuggets.
No Jamal Murray. Sell.
Timberwolves.
Sell.
Clippers.
Sell.
See where we sit today? Is it wide open, or is there just such a separation between the top?
There's only 5 teams. There's only 5 teams that legit have a shot. Phoenix, Golden State, the Bucks, Philly, and then the Nets, and possibly the Lakers.
And that's it. And the Lakers, I think.
Of course, I'm on the island all by myself with that. I just refuse to jump off the ship just yet. I'm like the band on the Titanic. I'm gonna keep playing music right now for the Lakers.
I agree.
And I fully understand if anybody calls me idiotic for that. I'm fine with that because trust me, my eyes are telling me that's a bad basketball team that's not going anywhere. But it's just something that keeps tapping me on the shoulder. Like, you really want to count LeBron and Anthony Davis out? Are you sure, Rudy? You sure? So I'm gonna keep the party going. I'm gonna go down with the ship with the band playing.
The rookie crop.
I feel bad about dissing Utah though. I keep waiting on them to turn the corner and they never do. Like, they haven't had their Denver moment where they've gotten to a conference final. I don't know. It's just something about them. Now, that Memphis team that I sold, next year I'll probably be buying.
I think it's the curse of Mike Conley.
Is it the curse of Mike Conley or is it the curse of Mark Gasol? Oh, you talking about with Utah?
Yeah.
I know. But hell, at least in Memphis, Conley made it to a Western Conference Finals. He just ran up against the Spurs.
I'm just saying.
The Spurs kept quite a few people from the finals.
I just think some guys are destined to be almost, and I think Mike Conley's an almost.
He's an almost. Maybe that's what it is.
I like Memphis, their makeup.
I like Memphis too. I just feel like they're young.
They feel like Denver did a couple years ago.
Right. Like if they're playing CP3 and it's game 6 and Phoenix is up 3-2, Chris Paul is going to close them out in the fourth quarter. You know, like they're just one of those things. Like, it takes time. Golden State, I remember when Golden State was super young and took the Spurs to 6. And then it's like, okay, this team's coming. Mm-hmm. And they look really good. They're coming. When the double overtime, Danny Green hit a big 3. Can't remember the game. Manu hit a big 3. I don't know if y'all remember that game. This is when Golden State was on the come up. That's where I have Memphis right now in that lane. But that lane is, they're coming. And they're going to be a force to be reckoned with if their owner opens the checkbook to keep the youth.
The future, certainly we know who Ja is. I think their real future lies on how Jaren Jackson, if he can mature into something. If he can, which right now I think we're 50-50. But if he can mature into something, I think they've got a shot.
Yeah, someone just has no Chicago or no Cleveland as far as the finals. As far as the finals go, DLP, look, I would have Chi-Town ahead of them, and that's going to depend on Zach LaVine's knee. Mm-hmm. That's going to depend on Caruso, and that's going to depend on Lonzo. All 3 of those guys are hurt right now. Now, if they come in 100%, maybe, just maybe. But Cleveland, not yet. Cleveland to me is kind of like Memphis. Like, Memphis is legit, Cleveland is legit, but they're not ready to go against a Giannis. They're not ready to go against the Golden State Warriors as far as Memphis goes or Phoenix. Not this season. It takes time, man. It's a learning curve.
I will say it takes some time.
To beat a team 4 times, like, I don't think people really understand that with a young team, like knowing how to close out a team.
Can we talk? I will say that, the style that Donovan has decided to play with his guys is very much akin, and it's not the same, but akin to Golden State.
It's not 4 out of 7 DLP, and they lost. Go ahead.
It's akin to Golden State.
Right.
And, so the analytics tell us that's the style that wins basketball.
Right.
But you have to have the right guys. Golden State has been great because they've got Steph and Klay. I will say this. It's not the same kind of guys, but they got enough good guys for Chicago to make it work.
Yeah,
but to be a jump shooting team, we saw what the Rockets tried.
Right.
Eventually, over time, those shots will fall, but they've got to fall at the right times. And for Houston, inevitably, it was always game 7 where things just fell apart, whether it was Chris Paul or they went 0 for 18 or whatever the case was. I think that the Bulls have enough of the guys to overcome the doldrums.
And they're vets.
So I'm not going to discount them as much as I have other teams that play that style. I think I'm going to buy the Bulls in that I will only buy, because I can't say it today, like we're buying today, because I got to buy the Bulls with a healthy Caruso and a healthy Zach LaVine and Vucevic fully functioning. I mean, Kobe White's doing what he's continued doing.
He played well last night.
He smoked us last night. We got kind of victimized by quickness.
We forgot about him because they got pushed to the back of the bench because of Lonzo and Caruso, but Kobe can play.
He's got quickness, the likes of which we don't see very often. So if all those guys are fully functioning, I'm buying.
Okay.
Today I'm not, because everybody's hurt, but DeMar's enough to be the MVP candidate. One more thing with the as we're talking MVP, Rookie of the Year. Evan Mobley seems to be the runaway on this one. I think Evan Mobley's having a hell of a year.
You think he's the Rookie of the Year?
But you got Josh Giddey. There's something there, man. I'm glad that this guy is living up to it. Yeah.
Ooh.
Triple doubles. The guy is legit.
It might be Giddey.
It's feeling that way. The Mobley, far and away, the guy stepped onto a pro court, looks like a pro.
Yeah, Mobley's surrounded by a really good team.
Got Jared Allen protecting him from a lot of the ill wills.
He walked into the Ben Roethlisberger situation. Their GM up there got it right and got it right quick
and flourishing. So a respect there.
But Giddey, another triple double. He can play, man.
We've been looking for that guy.
He can play.
Karl,
Sam Presti, man.
Well, who is the guy? We've had 3 or 4 guys that have come out to be the Euros, the international types that we've been waiting for. What was the Israeli guy that came out a couple years ago?
Danny Avdija?
Yeah, Avdija. And he's where? Is he with the Wizards?
With Washington.
Yeah.
He, Washington, I don't know what's going on with them. They have an interesting log jam there. And Ryu Hachimura, I want to say, just kind of went missing over the summer, and nobody knew what happened. And he's kind of get in there too. So they have a little no man's land log jam of players that they took in the lottery.
And we took Lukas Samanic, and others have looked for that European unicorn 6'10" handles, jump shot, and all that. It looks like Giddey, though he's not European, he's Aussie, but looks like he's got the game. Fun to watch. When we come back, the movies that are going to hit the screens in the Super Bowl. Did you guys see the Top Gun commercial, the partnership with Porsche?
No.
Ooh. It's like Top Gun's going to be fun. The movies that are hitting this summer. Reason to get back and eat some popcorn in a theater. And Stephen Ross. 9:45. Stephen Ross, the current owner of the Miami Dolphins, might be the former owner of the Miami Dolphins after the news that came to light from Brian Flores regarding getting paid to tank. Doesn't look like that's going to last very long, and his seat might be hot. The NFL might be coming for him first before they even talk to the Commanders, who seem to be stealing all of our sayings. Hold on tight. Coming back, the movies you need to go to. You're on R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Here's the 411.
I'm sorry.
In the 210.
Fast forward, man.
It's all good.
Sorry, Karl.
Usually that's what it means.
Yeah,
it does. I thought I would take a guess.
I stepped right on myself.
It's all good.
We step away. Let's do this right. Let's do the 411.
Y'all are going to notice a trend in this one.
All right.
I like
Headline 2. Tyreke Evans reinstated by the NBA and NBA Players Association after a 2-year ban. This 2-year ban comes from violating the NBA and National Basketball Players Association anti-drug program. Guard Tyreke Evans has been reinstated to play in the league at 32 years old. He's eligible to start negotiating with teams immediately and can sign a contract as soon as Friday at noon Eastern time, the league announced. Evans is considered to be in good physical condition and expected to start making himself available to work out for teams. He has averaged 15.7 points per game, 4.8 rebounds per game, and 4.6 assists and 594 career games. Evans is the first player to be suspended and reinstated since Chris Birdman Anderson was reinstated in 2008.
Wow.
The NBA PA and NBA drug policy calls for a player's dismissal after 2 years if he tests positive for what is considered a drug of abuse.
It wasn't weed.
No, it would seem to be stronger than that.
I want to say Chris Anderson was rumored to, I think, have meth in his system.
Yeah, I remember.
Did there any reports on Tyreke, what it was with him? I mean, I guess
We'll
it
never
don't
know.
matter.
Yeah, I
It
couldn't
doesn't
find it.
matter. Good for him to do that game. You know, he was just one of those guys that was a me guy, and he's like, yo, I'm going to get mine. And, you know, y'all get in where you fit in. Never really learned how to make people better. But another, what did he say, Memphis? He was at Memphis under Calipari.
Yep.
And then, right?
Yes.
Memphis, and he had some good years with the Kings, able to always got to the bucket, strong with the ball. So maybe, you know, he's learned some things and he can help a team out. I always liked his game.
Feels like a Laker to me. You think I'm kidding?
Right?
If he saves the Lakers, that would be a
I know,
Hollywood
right?
story.
Hey, he's got game. There's enough there to at least merit a look-see. And I joke about the Lakers, but they could use him.
Yeah, the way Russ is playing. Russ is the first person. He's getting booed nightly in LA. Last person to get booed in LA was like Andrew Bynum. Like nobody boos in LA. Russ is being booed in LA nightly.
I don't feel bad for him. You brought it on.
He'll be all right. But no, Tyreke, good for him, man. Hope he stays clean and got himself together and help some team out.
Tyreke, moving on.
Headline 1.
Drug dealer testifies the stage is set for Matt Harvey to take the stand in trial of former Los Angeles Angels staffer Eric Kay.
Oh, that's right.
It was thrown in almost as an aside, part of cross-examination at the end of an eventful day in court. While questioning a former DEA agent, defense attorney Michael Malfetta asked whether the agent was aware that in 2019, Tyler Skaggs sent LA Angels teammate Matt Harvey a text asking him to put drugs on his locker because he wanted to pitch loosey-goosey, is the quote. That nugget and suggestion that Skaggs pitched the game while high made its way into record of U.S. versus Eric Kay during Monday's testimony, but it was more of a tease as to what's to come Tuesday when Harvey is scheduled to testify. The former All-Star is expected to be facing blistering questions about his own history of drug use.
You know, the opportunity here to kind of open up what was going behind the scenes with the Angels. This is a terrible proposition because it appears that the team itself, a representative, a member of the team, was supplying one of their pitchers with heroin. Now, he won't be the first to have been talked about to pitch high or on some sort of...
They've been doing this since the 20s.
But I've never heard of a team supplying.
It was a team manager or something like that?
A team manager, a member of the getting paid by the franchise, bringing it in. And more to come on this. Good thing baseball's in a lockout. Nobody's paying attention because this is a mess. This is awful. This will go down one of those ongoing awful sports stories.
I hope not. But that's where we're leading. That looks like that's where we're headed.
Moving on. Yikes.
Headline 0.
Russian figure skater Kamila
I'm getting the thread.
I got you.
You're catching the trend. Is happy about being cleared to compete at the Beijing Olympics, but also tired emotionally. Born out after a grueling doping hearing, Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva, I'm just going to skip it. Said she was happy nonetheless after being allowed to skate Tuesday in the women's short program at the Beijing Olympics. She's 15 years old, and she said she's the overwhelming favorite for the gold medal alongside Russian teammates Alexander, I'll skip those names too, who are aiming for the first sweep of any nation of the Olympics podium.
So this is the story because I've paid zero attention to the Olympics. Same. So she was tested positive before the Olympics for some sort of heart medication that one of the side effects or benefits of allows her to compete longer, harder, faster, whatever it might be. So she's there. The fact comes out that she tested positive for this. And now the Olympic Committee is like, okay, well, you can continue to skate. We're going to further investigate this. And if you win, no one will get their medals. Or if you place in the top 3, the gold, silver, or bronze, No one gets their medals until the investigation is complete, but we're going to allow you to skate just in case. Now, if you looked at it in a vacuum, and let's throw the countries out, and it was skater from X, test positive in December, but somehow gets through WADA, the USADA and WADA, the world doping and the United States doping. They get through that, and they get to the Olympics, and something comes out that there was a problem. And the organizing committee, whatever, decides, because we're finding about this late, we're going to allow you to skate just in case we were wrong. And if you test negative or whatever it is, whatever they got to do, and you place, we'll give you the medal. What do you think of that? Is that something that you agree with? Or should there be no reason for this person to skate, no matter what country she's from, because of the positive test?
I'm going to say because of the positive test, much like Sha'Carri Richardson, who had to stay home from Tokyo.
Well, that's weed. That leads to dancing and drinking beer.
So if Sha'Carri can't go, sorry, I know this young lady's only 15, and it's not her fault, per se, because she was just doing what she had to do for her heart. You got to sit home.
There you go.
She's supposed to be at home. It's only right.
If you operate on that premise, she shouldn't even be here. Then there's no reason for her to be up there. And I know the U.S. skaters are highly upset. That they feel like there is no reason for her to be there.
Wait, in which country is this young lady from?
She's Russian.
So in most people's minds, fair or not, they got her this heart medicine so that she could use the PED that's in the heart medicine. So, and that's the other thing about PEDs. People only have their mind wrapped around steroids. Like, to make you got to remember there's the EPO, there's the blood thinners, there's the things that help you with your endurance, things that help you with focus. So there's other ways to get it, that just aren't steroids. But no, if she got a positive test, she should be at home.
There's what was the Russian tennis player that got into it for some kind of heart medication? Forget her name. But moving on, it's a mess, and I think the Russian angle here is also bad as we await a Russian attack, invasion of the Ukraine at any moment. What year is this? Move on.
It's 2022.
That's the
but it feels like,
you said it feels like 84.
I feel like it's 1984, and we're dealing with the Russian doping yet again and aggression with one of their former satellites yet again. What decade am I sitting in as we talk sports? Great 411. The thread was well put.
What kind of drug-induced 411?
It was a thread of how drugs affect the greater sports.
Feel high.
That's restaurant quality radio right there. There was a theme to it.
We had heroin, we had PEDs, and what was the other one we had? It was heroin, PED, and one more.
Reinstatement for Tyreke Evans.
Reinstatement. We don't even know what Tyreke was on.
Some.
Well, Tyreke, man, he got that coke. That good money, that long money. Because 2 years, they don't ban you 2 years for weed.
No, there was a long road getting to 2 years. Welcome to the Los Angeles Lakers, Tyreke. Grab a jersey, sit next to the other old guys. Hey, coming back, we're going to talk about movies that are around the bend as the summer blockbuster season is almost here and the trailers are running. We're interested. Hang on tight. And also the NFL, Stephen Ross, not PEDs, but incentives to lose. Lots to talk about. And you.
What up, B?
Hang around with us. This is R&R in the morning. You're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. As we sit here today, I weigh 247 pounds. I've been thinner. I've been a lot heavier. In fact, 4 years ago, I walked into Dr. Jacob Torres' office at 296 pounds. In fact, for those of you that watch our stream, I want you to take a look at the shirt that I'm wearing. This is one of my old fat guy shirts. I didn't realize I still had it. And notice how the neck was about 4 inches bigger back then than it is now. I need to get rid of this shirt. See, that's what you're headed toward. And when you go and see Dr. Jacob Torres, consistent long-term weight loss. This is not, when you go see Dr. Torres, about a short-term, off-the-rack, get ready for the party next month kind of thing. This is living a new life, learning a new way to exist with food as a generator and not a pleasure center, as it were. So the thing about us, guys like me, is I spent my entire life afraid of the diet. It was a 4-letter word to me. I wasn't going to do it. And when I talked to Dr. Torres, I told him, diet is not something I've ever done. I don't plan on doing it now. And he said, I don't do diets. I do weight loss programs. That's a health-based program. You're going to get healthier. And because you're getting healthier, you're going to lose weight. And while you're doing it, guess what? You're going to stop taking some of those medications that doctors told you need because you're weighing too much. You're not going to worry about diabetes anymore because your weight's going to go down. And guess what? All that Tylenol you take, all that Motrin that you take for sore knees and bad back, you're not going to take that anymore either, because you're not going to have sore knees and a bad back, because you're going to start losing weight. And you're going to feel better. You're suddenly going to sleep a whole lot better, and you're going to wake up earlier, and you're going to feel good about yourself, and you're not going to need 3 cups of coffee to get yourself going because you got a full night's sleep. Guess what? It will happen for you too. You just got to commit to it. And that, at the end of the day, is the secret. Now, Dr. Torres and his staff is there to help you. They're there to move you along, keep you motivated. But at the end of the day, if it's up to you, if you've reached that point where it is time to change your life for the better, that's when you call Dr. Torres. He is there to guide you. He's there to help you. And he's going to put together a program that is only for you. It's different. I've talked to clients in the building. They're doing something completely different. We're all on the right track. We're all losing weight. I want you to call him. This is a free call, 210-468-1891. Sit down and talk to him. Let him explain to you that you can change your life no matter what you thought was possible before. The website is iffhealth.com. You need a little bit more of an example? Take the functional health test. It'll change your outlook. Everybody's different. You're not like anyone else. Be treated as such. Dr. Torres will put together a program for you that you can live with for the rest of your life, and hopefully it'll make it longer. Call him today, and I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Sports Center is brought to you by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Available at H-E-B.
The San Antonio Spurs fell to the Chicago Bulls last night, 120-109. Former Spur DeMar DeRozan dropped 40 and notched his 6th straight game with at least 35 points. The Houston Rockets were defeated by the Utah Jazz, 135-101. Donovan Mitchell had 30 points to lead all scorers and sent Houston to their 5th straight loss and their 9th loss in the last 10 games. There's plenty of hoops action for the Texas team tonight. The Dallas Mavericks begin a 5-game road swing in Miami to take on Eastern Conference leading Heat. Tip-off is at 6:30 Central Time. Texas A&M will host Florida in College Station at 6 p.m. on the SEC Network. And a basketball edition of the Red River Rivalry pits 20th-ranked Texas at Oklahoma. That game gets started at 6 p.m. on ESPN2. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Follow them on Facebook to keep up with specials and tastings. 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, 1 at 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor next to Walmart, Palo Alto Road, Suite 101.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Happy Hour is back at Twin Peaks, and we're offering up more than just great drinks. Score yourself some chips and salsa for just $2. Your choice of mozzarella cheese bites, chips and queso, or fried pickles, where they're just $4. And the triple play quesadillas or 6 boneless wings, that's right, only $6. Each of these epic appetizers are craveable, shareable, and delicious. And what a deal. Happy Hour at Twin Peaks just got better. See you Monday through Friday, 2 to 7 p.m. Again at late night. Get to Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Hey, Jim. Thanks for coming.
Are you kidding? I never miss one of your dinner parties. How's the new job?
We're growing fast. And I stopped working weekends, thanks to how much smoother everything runs on NetSuite by Oracle.
Fantastic. We're still using QuickBooks.
Why haven't you upgraded to NetSuite?
We're making QuickBooks work, sort of.
Shh, watch your language. The kids are right there. Sorry, Amy. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. And 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control since upgrading from QuickBooks to NetSuite.
Yeah, sounds like it's time for me to switch to NetSuite. Over 27,000 businesses already use NetSuite. For the new year, NetSuite has a new financing program for those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/radar. Head to netsuite.com/radar for this special one-of-a-kind financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. netsuite.com/radar.
All used cars are not the same. At Give Me the VIN, we pay more for the clean ones. You got a nice one that's nicer than everybody else's? Go to GiveMeTheVIN.com, load it up. I'll pay you more. If it's normal, we'll pay you the top of normal. If it's crappy, we'll pay you the top of crappy. But we do understand the difference at GiveMeTheVIN.com, and we can price them both. But we're America's best car buyer because we bought $1 billion of cars in 2021. Only at
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
March Madness, where allegiances mean everything and fandom reigns supreme, where Cinderella teams dance with bracket busters and perennial powerhouses. Your fire fuels their flight. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. The road to the Final Four goes through San Antonio, March 24th and 26th at the AT&T Center. Get your seats to the regional round today at ncaa.com/MVB tickets.
It's Tango Day, everybody. Follow after me and step and back and slide and dip. That's Tango.
Why is Ice-T leading our tango class?
It's probably the heart-shaped Honey Nut Cheerios. He found out they can help lower cholesterol. Now he's having fun taking care of his heart in all sorts of new ways.
Let's see those hips move, people.
Hurry and get your heart-shaped Cheerios. They're only here for a limited time.
Sure, we have 30 seconds to tell you that drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. But then what? Well, we could try to fill the remaining time with awkward pauses. It's often done for comedic effect. Is it working? I can't tell if this is funny. Maybe this is so bad it's funny. Wow, we really peaked at the save big when you switched to Progressive part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Sports breakfast for your ears. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
That ain't working. That's R&R in the morning. He's Rudy, I'm Rob. Thanks for joining us today. So watching the Super Bowl, they had a Top Gun commercial.
I see, again, I guess I just tapped out. I didn't care. I probably got on my phone. I don't know.
And they're partnering with Porsche.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
So there was a little bit of Tom Cruise jetting around in some sort of cabriolet or whatever it was. A little bit of F-14 action. As Top Gun returns to the theaters, I think they said it'll be in May. I'm excited about that. I remember when it hit. And that's just the first of the popcorn movies that are going to be hitting in the summer.
See, this is the thing with those. And like they got now Peacock has the Bel Airs, the reboot of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. There was a Come to America too. The thing you have to do with those, like a Top Gun, you have to put what you remember of Top Gun, of Fresh Prince of Bel Air, of Coming to America to the side and just accept this new one for what it is. If you're going to go into the movie, like you couldn't go into Coming to America 2 thinking, all right, how is this going to top number one? No, you just got to take it for what number two is. The same with Bel Air, the same with Top Gun. You can't go in like, oh man, the volleyball scene, jean short cutoffs, no shirts, them spiking volleyballs, Mav, Goose. Take this one for what it is. Don't compare them, because if you go in with the like, all right, I want to see if it tops this one, you're never going to be satisfied. It's those are classics for reasons.
No, you're right.
But that's hard to do.
But okay, so I can see the Top Gun, the progress. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what they're going to do.
He's
right.
an old dude flying, transport planes now.
I think he's going to be the mentor now.
Yeah,
like that's
there's
what I'm
going to be
thinking.
someone coming up. It'll be the Rocky scenario
Hey,
all over
just
again.
like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a Maverick too.
Yeah.
I lost Goose. I'll never get over it.
Right.
But the Fresh Prince reboot, that's a whole different vibe.
It's not even like, there's not Uncle Phil don't look the same.
It doesn't look like it's nice to be in Bel Air.
Carlton isn't a little goofball, geeky, little nerdy guy. Like, so just accept that for what it is.
Do you want to watch that?
Yeah, I want to watch it. I think it's going to be good.
I was excited about it, but now I'm kind of like, man, I
want to see?
I want Jazzy Jeff having a good time, and I want
you want chubby Uncle Phil, the judge, or the lawyer. Come on,
I want trying to pick up and meet girls.
Now everybody's cool.
Yeah, everybody's having fun. I don't want sadness in Bel Air.
It looks different.
I want him being pulled out of harm's way in Philly and just living a good life.
If that's the case, then we should just watch reruns.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm down with the reruns. Don't make it sad.
It's not going to be sad. That's just what is it called? That's just teasers.
I hope so.
Will wouldn't let him mess up his baby.
I hope not. I know way too much about Will Smith anyway, though. I know about his sex life. I know way too much about that guy.
Will and Jada were fine until they started doing interviews.
No, I don't.
That's why you should never do interviews, because before they were doing interviews, it was just like a mystery. Like, ooh, what is their relationship like? Are they really swingers or not?
I don't want to know.
And then as soon as Jada was like, yeah, I had an entanglement, and nothing was the same. And I ain't talking about Drake's album.
No, I don't want to know that stuff.
Right.
So what are you looking forward to?
Okay, so I got we all get them. We all do Fandango. So I guess we do Fandango codes here on the show that we give out for people to go to the movies.
I love Fandango.
Yeah, so March 25th, we have something called The Lost City.
That looks good.
With my gal, Sandra Bullock, and Mr. Magic Mike Channing Tatum.
He's busy.
It's a weird combination.
What, is she his mom?
It's kind of cougarish.
There's something going on there.
Cougarish.
I'm down for it, though.
But he's dating someone hot.
I would assume so.
He's dating, who is Channing Tatum dating? Damn it.
Give me a second. Let me hit the,
he's dating, my gosh.
Channing Tatum.
Is it Zoe Kravitz? He's dating Zoe Kravitz right now. See, I knew
it is Zoe Kravitz.
So, okay, so that's March 25th. I don't know. They get lost in the woods. She finds a map to some treasure. They're on the treasure hunt. I'm sure at some point they'll awkwardly kiss on accident, act like they didn't mean to kiss. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm okay with it. You okay with it? Yeah, I was okay with it. And then they make out, and then a gorilla slaps them, and then there won't be a physical scene. This isn't a movie where there'll be a physical scene between these two, but there'll be the awkward kiss. April 8th, Sonic 2.
Is that Hedgehog?
That didn't fare too well, the first one. I'm wondering how they got a second.
See, I'm glad I don't have kids. I won't have to see that.
Did you see the first one, Karl, or you're not a Sonic guy? I don't know.
I did see it on Hulu because it was free. It was one of those where I could turn it off, and then I don't think I watched like the middle of it, and I saw the end of it for just kind of the big scene where he figures it out, and then I didn't really even pay attention to the end.
So with this one, you'll do the same. Wait till it's free.
Probably.
Okay.
Maybe, if that. I don't think the first one warranted that, actually.
The fact that they're making another one concerns me.
Yeah. May 6th, the Marvel World. What's the smart guy's name?
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I am waiting for that one.
Okay.
That was going to be fun.
What?
Is this the one?
Don't hate.
No, I'm not hating.
No. This isn't Moon.
Oh, we're like, I can't tell if I'm awake or
that
asleep.
one I'm down.
I don't know what that one is.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. That looks good. And it looks dark.
It does.
It looks like one of the darker Marvel movies that we'll see, and I'm down. But Doctor Strange, it's strange. I don't know.
Is he supposed to be the most powerful of the Marvel? Because it seems like he is.
He's a wizard, so he has his own strengths and weaknesses.
See, there's cheating.
Yeah, it's just high concept. It's very much if you can't really fathom what a multiverse is, then you'll be lost from the start.
As I was telling my mother and father watching the Super Bowl commercials, they weren't made for you. Don't just say you hate them.
No, I don't hate it.
They weren't made for you. And Marvel stuff, like Karl just said, I learned from being around the Marvel types.
What did he say? It's high
concept.
High concept.
And I'm not a high concept guy.
Yeah.
I take each individual movie for what it is. It's hard for me to put the universe together.
I'm down with the muscle bound guy. I'm down with Hulk. I'm down with Thor.
I'm down with Thanos trait.
Yeah,
like down with Thanos.
I like Thanos.
Oh man, he tried to end the world.
Are the Cowboys wasting their talent? Whoa! Sports Star was on Get Up.
It just said it just quoted Emmitt Smith from San Antonio Sports Star. That was cool on Get Up. Just saw it.
Yeah,
that's why I was pointed out at you. Yeah, do you have DVR in there?
No.
Sorry to
we don't even have
the segment. That was cool.
No, I'm glad you did, Karl.
You did. What the hell?
Momentous occasion for those of you unaware. Just on this morning on Greeny's show, that we were called out. We were annotated as the receiver of the quote with Emmitt Smith as he sat down with Jason and
Jason
Joe
saw it.
And got all worked up. He got a little worked up, got a little sweaty, pounded the table a couple times.
He liked our interview. He liked Jason and Joe so much. It was like, you know what? Y'all come out to
the party.
Y'all come to my party. There was no smoking. The hell, man. It's 2022.
We were outside.
I was outside. Let me smoke my cigar, man. If I can't smoke there, I don't go there. I was like, Jason, let's go to Universal Studios. Couldn't smoke there either. But moving on.
What other movies coming up?
I got
Universal Studios.
June 10th, we rode on a Jurassic ride. It was pretty good. Jurassic World Dominion in theaters June 10th.
So how do they get loose again? Can't we find a better fence?
Here you go, Rob. You see?
They keep getting loose. I had a dog like that. Eventually he got away, never came back. Maybe this is what happens. They finally get out and it's over.
Yeah,
and they're only dinosaurs. Why do we have so much trouble with dinosaurs?
I love, I was telling you as we were riding on the ride, I was like, dude, I can't believe, because they have like the actual size dinosaurs like
awesome.
moving.
That was cool.
And I was just looking at them like, man, I can't believe now. Sorry, Kyrie. I can't believe dinosaurs really roam the earth. Like, it's crazy to think about that. Like, think about like you drive down the driveway and then you be on 1604 and Stegosaurus is just chilling, eating some grass. You
the size of a whale.
You know what I'm saying? Or T-Rex is like, hunting on 410 I-10. Like, it's like, like, think about that. Like, T-Rex was just really chilling somewhere, you know what I mean? Eating things. So, and Pledger's giving us a full Marvel breakdown.
Yeah, see, what the Marvelites don't get is we don't care. We like the movies. We do. I like the movies. I will watch every one of them. But I'm not I'm not trying to put the puzzle together.
Yeah, you don't have to give me the puzzle.
I don't care what this had to do with the other movie. I just want to know when I sit down in the movie. I hate it when there are inside jokes. I hate when you sit on in a series.
You can't hate it, Rob.
No,
you can't hate it.
No, I don't hate anybody around. I don't like not knowing. I have that FOMO. So when somebody says something and you hear everybody around, you go, oh,
But see, Pledger's trying to give us
that?
He's trying to give us the background.
But I don't care.
Yes, you do, because you just said you get mad when you don't know the joke.
I'm just saying, don't write those in.
Right. The Robs of the world do not care. Now, this one, Rob, it might be a little nostalgia for you and your boys. I don't know. This one I'm about to tell you about. Disney Pixar Lightyear. I don't know if your boys.
Oh,
I don't know if your boys were told.
Buzz Lightyear
That's
fans.
June 17th. So now he looks grown, but Lightyear looks like a man. I don't know about this one, but I know I had to be like, for you and your boys. Y'all were
was
Toy
right
Story.
in the sweet spot. Yeah, we were huge Buzz Lightyear fans.
Okay, so June 17th, maybe you, Klay, and Jack go and catch this one.
We probably we had the Buzz Lightyear action figure that had all the wings would pop out and it would just speak for no apparent reason.
I knew you would like that.
Oh man, we are down with that.
Okay. And then closing out the summer, one of the more twisted minds in Hollywood right now, Jordan Peele's next horror film, Hope, July 22nd. Don't do this.
No, I liked it. I've seen the preview. I can't figure out what the hell it's about.
But see, that's how not Get Out, but that's how the one in the middle was when they were seeing each other like themselves.
Yes, that was Get Out.
Not Get Out. That was after Get Out. I don't remember what it was called, but I didn't understand.
Smart for me. He's a smart guy.
Yeah,
the movies he makes, I have to think a lot.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I told my buddies, because like they're all into it, and they're like, "Well, if you go on YouTube, it explains it." Like,
so I don't
see.
Need
that's
that.
the thing. Like, I spent $13.95 for the movie to explain it to me. I like. Why should I have to go and spend my money? Why should I go and spend $100 at the movies, to a couple tickets, popcorn, drinks? You know what I mean? And then I leave the movie and have to go like, hey, man, let's go to YouTube and figure out what this meant.
Need a manual to keep up.
I don't want to do that. So, whatever.
Anything else? So those are the biggest ones?
Those were it.
I thought there was another...
Did I miss something?
Well, no. I mean, I thought there was another sequel of something that was coming. I don't remember which one it was. Did they list Top Gun on this list?
No.
See, there are others out there. I remember when they finally decided they were going to redo Top Gun. I went and saw.
I'm under the impression it had already come out.
No,
and I just missed it.
They started filming right at the beginning of the pandemic. And I remember there was a video clip.
Yes, it was called Us. That was the crazy one. I didn't understand Us.
I watched that at home. But when the pandemic first began, there was a clip of Tom Cruise losing his mind with guys not wearing their masks. Like, they were the first movie to come back and really try.
He was like, there's families on the line, and you're not taking it serious. Yeah,
so that's the movie. That was about a year ago.
See, and that's why I was like, oh, Top Gun already came out. So when you told me Top Gun, I was like, it didn't already come out?
I went and saw Top Gun like 3 days before I went to basic training.
Oh, so you were amped up.
I was fired up.
Living on the edge.
Well, I was going to Air Force basic training. That was Navy. So, of course, there was the competition. But, I was ready to go to basic. Boy, they beat that out of me real quick. There was no highway to the danger zone on day 4 of basic training. There was no hot flight instructor coming at my way.
I know.
I was on my knees cleaning a toilet with a toothbrush.
Yeah, I guess I'm missing Kenobi on Disney and The Mandalorian. See,
The
look,
Mandalorian.
These are the things. I just read off the email I got, guys. Okay, you movie buffs. I read the email that I got. All right.
Hey,
I do want to see Kenobi.
What movie are you guys? You and
Wait,
Mike
tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. He wants me to do the Truman Show, and he's doing.
Oh, yawn.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't even know where to watch the Truman Show. Was it that bad?
I wasn't his best.
I forgot what Mike's doing tomorrow. He's doing something random, but Kenobi, I do want to watch Kenobi. And I still haven't seen Boba Fett,
which has been outstanding.
Which you were watching in LA. That's how I knew you were hooked.
Hey, we're in the break zone. We'll be right back. We've run way over. This is one of those great segments. Thanks, Karl. We're in the break zone. We'll be right back. You're on the San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Ribs, burgers, chicken. Submit what you cooked on the grill or smoker, and you can win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market. Grilling with the Blitz. Online at sasportstar.com.
It's time to change the way you think about your barbershop experience. Boardroom Salon will elevate your grooming experience with first-class haircuts, shaves, styling tips, and more. Boardroom Salon is designed with your comfort and relaxation in mind, with a luxurious, sophisticated environment, complimentary beverages, and a great vibe. Let Boardroom Salon set the benchmark for the best haircut experience you've ever had at their newest salon opening on February 15th at the Rim Crossing at the corner of North Loop 1604 and I-10 in Northwest San Antonio next to Velvet Taco. In honor of the grand opening coming up, Boardroom is offering our listeners 10% off all services for a limited time using the promo code #SportsStar for new clients only. And be sure to check out Boardroom's discounted haircut memberships and gift card specials with savings up to $265 this month on their unlimited haircut memberships. Visit boardroomsalon.com/rimcrossing. Boardroom Salon. It's more than just a haircut. It's where men get ready, relax, look great, and feel confident.
Water stains on the shower glass. Try rubbing some shaving cream on them.
Tyler's cleaning crew knows every housekeeping trick in the book.
Handling timesheets now.
But they need a proper bookkeeper to keep finances tidy.
New equipment is a business expense, right?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Hey, Ray Magliozzi here. Have you ever cooked a really fine gourmet meal? Yeah, me neither. But I'm told it all comes down to the ingredients. And when I need ingredients to improve my car, the place I go is eBay Motors. Whether you roasted your last transmission, graded your current floor mats, or pureed your side view mirror on a lamppost, eBay Motors has the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them. And by the way, if you recently fired up your grill, don't worry, eBay Motors has grills too. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. Right now, you can do the complete job and get a great deal when you buy a set of Duralast brake pads and rotors. It's also AutoZone's national hiring event. We're hiring all positions, from sales to warehouse and drivers, both part-time and full-time. Visit careers.autozone.com or any one of our stores.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
Because everyone needs lunch.
This deal is delicious.
Oh my God, are you choking?
Halftime with Michael Jimenez.
I'm going to be okay now.
Today at noon, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hey, this is Michael Jimenez. Have lunch with me on halftime today at noon. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Spurs go down last night. DeMar DeRozan continues to shine. 7 straight games of 30 or better. He gave us 40 as the Spurs were competitive, but they dropped. We'll look at the Spurs game last night. Look forward to the ongoing rodeo road trip in just a bit. And also try to figure out Matt Stafford's place in the world. And as we do that, the rest of the current NFL quarterback population. Is Stafford Hall of Fame worthy? We'll look at the QBs that are in and see who's currently playing and should go in. We'll do that exactly at 9:30. With that being said, we'll be right back looking at the NBA. This is R&R in the Morning. You're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Did you wake up this morning with a toothache? Did you spend the last several days waiting for what seems to be a sore tooth to go to a full-on inflamed and painful tooth? If it's time to have it pulled, call Dr. Mark Havercorn at River City Oral Surgery, because that's what he does. River City Oral Surgery is a full-scope oral surgery practice that's right here in San Antonio, and you're being taken care of by a San Antonian, Dr. Mark Havercorn. He does not leave the city. He's not one of those traveling implant surgeons that lands in the city, does some work, and flies away. No, he's here full-time for your pre- and post-care. If you need wisdom teeth removed, that's the place to go. Any teeth removed, quite frankly. But what Dr. Havercorn does quite well, the very best as far as I'm concerned, is implant surgery. If it's time for implants, whether it's one, a full jaw, or whatever it might be, I want you to call Dr. Havercorn, because not only will he give you the service that is outstanding, above par, certainly everything that you're looking for in a dentist, but above and beyond, he can save you money. Let me tell you how. See, he doesn't accept insurance. River City Oral Surgery does not accept insurance, and they proudly tell you that. You know why? Because Dr. Havercorn wants to practice the way that he wants to practice. He wants to save you the best amount of money, and following the insurance's guidelines sometimes costs you more money than it's worth. So what he doesn't take it, but he'll help you file. There is financing available for you. But what I want you to do is go to the website, rivercityoms.com. He's got a price list there. For a tooth removal, 2 teeth removed, a full jaw, partial jaw, whatever you're looking for, that is the price. And I defy you to call another dentist and ask them what their price is and find out how much you're going to pay, because they don't know. They could probably do a little bit of research and call the insurance company and see yours and see what deductibles and what they will and won't pay for. And by the time you're done, you'll find out you'll more often than not be paying more. Prices are listed on the website for a reason. It is transparent, affordable medical care. So even if you have dental insurance, I want you to call them. It can save you money. Here's the number you need, 210-778-0002. The website is rivercityoms.com. Go there right now. Go right now and look at the price list. If it's time, it's time. And call Dr. Havercorn. He treats people of all ages, from everything from a toothache to wisdom teeth to dental implants. He's a specialist, an oral surgeon, and a medical doctor with years and years of experience. Call him today if you're in pain. Call him today if it's time for implants. Call him today if you're looking to save some money. 210-778-0002. Call him. I'm sure you'll find out what I know, and then you'll thank me later.
It's time to get your hoops on. The NBA season is off to a fast start. North, south, east, west. Step back for 3. The courts are firing with board busting and rim wrecking in your face balling.
Deep 3 straight away. Oh, we got another one.
And we got it all covered. Everything a fan like you wants, and then some.
Hammers the right hand does.
Get the latest on your game on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
You can talk low carb all you want, but if you don't have a lineup of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the keto game. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are high protein and low carb. Plus, they're low sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen. So it is a no-brainer. Get the bold flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B and online at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
1911 Cigars is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas, providing quality, affordable cigars in a professional, inviting environment with a large covered patio with TVs. A BYOB establishment, 1911 Cigars strives to allow the avid cigar connoisseur a comfortable place to relax, socialize, network, and of course enjoy a great cigar. 1911 Cigars is available for private events and has private cabanas with TVs, fire pits, and heaters. 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
Now an important message from Exergen. A critical new FDA study proves that the widely used non-contact thermometers are not accurate and have high probabilities for false negative readings. New COVID strands are on the rise, and non-contact manufacturers are being irresponsible at a time when accuracy matters most. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. Don't wait. Switch to Exergen because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
God, I'm so stressed. It's a brand new year and our business is busier than ever.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 35 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Starts at $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Visit Ooma.com. That's OOMA.com to learn more. Ooma. Smart communications for the smarter business.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Step up your lunch game at Twin Peaks. We have light and hearty combos put together for you starting at just $7.99, featuring savory soups, crisp salads, and a variety of sandwiches to satisfy your every craving. Enjoy your next lunch break at Twin Peaks.
Is your job leaving you just over broke and out of hope? Maybe this is your year to get into IT. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You can start your new life in months, not years. Best of all, we've slashed tuition, and financial aid is available to those who qualify. Attend classes day or night, live online from the comfort of your home. Go to My Computer Career and fill out the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision?
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One and a member FDIC.
College basketball season is heating up, which means it's time for the Wendy's Wooden Watch. In 2002, I was honored to have received the John R. Wooden Player of the Year Award, which is presented to the country's most outstanding men's and women's player, who is also making progress towards earning a degree. This year, players like Chet Holmgren, Jaden Ivey, Nalissa Smith, and Aaliyah Boston are all vying for the trophy. So who will take it home? The 2022 John R. Wooden Men's and Women's Player of the Year Award is presented by Wendy's.
This is your Wendy's wake-up call. Start your day with a better breakfast and get a free drink with any of our morning-making breakfast sandwiches. That's your favorite drink in a Wendy's cup, free. Fresh brewed coffee, free. Diet Coke, free. Vanilla Frosty Chino, that's cold brew plus Frosty Creamer plus free. So don't sleep on this deal. Get any size drink in a Wendy's cup free when you buy any breakfast sandwich. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's. A la carte only. Offer valid upon request on lowest price qualifying item. Not valid for third-party delivery.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hopefully you're safely ensconced and wherever you need to be. But if you're headed someplace, don't mind them brake lights. We'll get you there. He's Rudy. I'm Rob. This is R&R in the morning. I want to thank our listeners for catching a couple of things. Karl saw it first. We're getting tweets. We were quoted. San Antonio Sports Star this morning was quoted on Mike Greenberg's Get Up. The interview that Jason and Joe had on Friday with Emmett Smith as he presented us with our annual bottle of tequila. the quote about him looking at the Cowboys and upset with the amount of talent and the lack of output. If you're curious, go to sasportstar.com. You can see the interview in its entirety there at the Audio Vault, the big game coverage, all that was brought to you, as always, by...
Yeah, Karl starts pointing at the TV. I didn't know what something. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, yeah, but shout out to Big Poppy Medina. Catching that on the get up. Shout out to Greeny.
You know what that tells me? The people that saw it, that the ones that are grabbing it are working from home, and I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I remember the days of sitting in my pajamas,
dude,
firing up the laptop.
I had to do the walk of shame today with my case of at home equipment. Shelton caught me yesterday. He's like, bring in your equipment tomorrow. I was like, man, I ain't bringing nothing.
You know what he doesn't realize is it's just comforting to know
that it's there.
For some reason,
yeah,
I could just
I don't want
here.
it. I'm just like, yo, if so happens I don't feel like changing my tire, I just turn on my access machine and I do the show from home. I'm not we don't abuse it.
No.
You know, we're just like, hey, you know what? Something came up. I had to do the show from home today.
But, just didn't feel like doing it. Well, we're not.
No, he made me turn it in. I brought it today. So, Sheldon, if you're listening on your way in, come get your damn equipment.
Leave us alone. Kick my ass another day. Spurs go down last night to the Chicago Bulls, 120-109. I mean, it's not that surprising that they lost. That this is a team that is definitely in transition. Most of the new dudes did not. Well, all of the new dudes did not play. No Richardson, no Satoransky. We have late word. Karl told us just a bit that if it's not official, it will be by the end of the day that the Spurs have bought out Goran Dragic.
I wonder what that buyout was. What was his contract?
I don't know.
He was getting $19 million this year. This was the final year of his contract.
So a nice little check. You can pay them. I imagine there was some sort of deferred. They might have just written the check.
Oh my gosh.
Paid him out over that last couple of years. But when you look at what we saw last night, we had a Josh Primo sighting. He played 20 minutes and really was ineffective. He was a participant and not a player.
But this is learning on the job.
Exactly. At least he's out there. Lonnie Walker taking advantage of his moments. Comes off the bench to lead the Spurs, 21 points, 9 of 17 shots, volume shooting. I don't think we'll ever question that. 50% from three. I thought Lonnie played the kind of game that's going to keep him around if he wants to be. But the thing with Lonnie is he's got to stack it. You're going to have to do this on a more regular basis, and now they're going to have more regular minutes, as it appears, at least for the next week or so, as we try to get the other guys either in shape or in the playbook. The young guys got an opportunity. But it wasn't enough for the win.
Well, listen to the thing with Lonnie. Lonnie's the type of guy that he needs to not be looking over his shoulder. Like, I know it sucks to have to, handle somebody like that with gloves because you want to be able to coach them. But there's some players that play better when they're not looking over their shoulder, meaning if I come down and I have 2 quick turnovers and an air ball, you can't yank Lonnie out the game. Pop's done that to him over the years, like 2 quick turnovers, air ball, come sit your ass down. And then he goes silent for 3-4 games. Everybody can't be coached the same. Some guys have to be you have to have that freedom to make mistakes, miss shots, have bad games, and still get your 25, 26 minutes the next game. But if Lonnie's not that type where you could bark on him, come sit him out, bench him, and then you expect him to play well the next game, he's just not built that way.
Well, shouldn't I expect him to be playing better now?
No, everybody has bad games. Did you see hell, LeBron just missed 2 clutch free throws. Everybody has bad games.
But missing shots is one thing.
Bad games are bad games.
But bad games are.
I don't think DeJounte played well last night.
I don't think Pop has ever pulled anybody for missing shots.
He's pulled people for making mistakes.
But if you turn the ball over, you're a detriment. I don't care who you are. You get benched.
No, and you know what? He tried to do that with Manu. And guess what? When he's finally said, you know what? And when Manu told him, hey, this is who I am. He said, this is who I am. Pop let him go. And the rest is history. He became a Hall of Famer.
I agree. And and Pop will never stop trying to make you better, and he'll never let you put his team in a position to lose. And it's a very difficult balance to walk when you finally have to release the Manus and let him go do it, because I think Pop went prematurely gray because of those things. I think he had to deal with it. The Spurs are going to get the Thunder tomorrow. The Thunder come from behind to take the Knicks down.
Hit the Giddy.
Josh Giddey and his thundering group of first-round draft picks. Spurs don't typically play well against the Thunders for whatever reason. They don't match up well. Shai Gilgeous eats us alive pretty consistently. This looked like
Shai Gilgeous gets on my nerves. It's my rocking chair time. He cares more about making the NBA fashion page on Instagram than he does his game. Like, I can tell the guys that think way too hard about their outfits before the game, and they aggravate me. Kuzma, Shai, like some of y'all, like, you're not good enough to think that. Like, you're not good enough to think that hard about your pregame outfit. Like, they're more worried about making that stupid fashion fit NBA page, which has not ruined the NBA, but it's made the NBA, like, it's a thing now to make it to that page. And I'll show you the page.
Yeah.
But Shai and Kuz, it's like, bro, I've been traded like 7 times between the two of you.
You have to have game to get
to
respect
do all
for the
that.
clothes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like, I don't mind
be the
LeBron getting fly. Like, he got 4 rings. I know he's putting in the work. I don't mind it. There was a time I didn't mind Russ.
Until he started wearing garbage bags to the games.
Russ may want to just put on sweatsuits. And then you got your guys like KD. KD just comes in a Nike sweatsuit, and he just come to hoop. KD just wants to hoop. There's guys like Giannis, Nike sweatsuits. Ja, Nike sweatsuits. And again, I'm all for fashion. My wife is in fashion. Well, I'm a fashion fan. But when I can tell that that's your game plan, you studied your outfit more than the tape, that's when I dislike you. And Shai and Kuz are those guys. So I'm not a fan of Shai at all. And he has game.
He does have
He's
game.
a Kentucky guy, right? He has game.
He's given it to us more than once.
But, whatever.
DeJounte last night leads the team in minutes, which is going to be a pretty consistent thing. Get almost 36 minutes, 7 of 16 from the field. Not his best game. Still with 19 points. You look back at what we saw them, the Spurs were actually fairly effective. Only 7 turnovers where they were protecting the ball. They couldn't keep up from 3, and they couldn't keep up with DeMar's offensive explosion.
They were in awe of Big Brother. Big Brother was giving them that work, and they were in awe. DeJounte said him and DeMar talk every day. It showed. What's up?
What do you mean?
It's just like, sometimes you're just in awe of Big Bro. Sometimes, like, damn, Big Bro is killing us, and you just get stuck in the matrix. What's up, Karl?
I didn't get to watch the game, but a trend that has just kind of been unfortunate all years for the Spurs is that they were out rebounded by 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
20 is, you're going to lose that game every night.
Double check that, but I'm pretty sure it was like 55 to 35 or something along those lines. It wasn't the best rebounding performance, but that's something they have to address.
I remember Rob. Yeah, I remember Rob coming here a few mornings, talking about us getting demolished on the boards. And again, that comes from Jakob just being out there alone.
Well, alone, and he's not an effective rebounder. He's a space heater.
He's not an effective rebounder, but the thing I respect about Jakob is he goes into his fundamental bag to make sure he gets some. He's not trying to out jump guys, and he puts his butt and shoves people out the way to get his. Like, if you can't jump, then box out. It is a lost art. Box out. I'm 5'8". I had no choice but to box out.
Well, here's, when you look at the Spurs shooting right at 50%, 47 point from the field, 30% from 3, and they only managed 4 offensive rebounds. 4. You just don't win games like that. That's a height issue.
Dougie or Keldon, pick one. That's your power forward. Yes, you're going to get out rebounded. I don't know who plays the power forward. I don't know if they have it listed, but just either Keldon or Dougie. Neither one are power forwards.
Especially the offensive rebounding side. When you're not going to be able to hit threes, you got to get second chance points. And that's never been Pirtle's strong point. He's a good, like you said, he fundamentally, especially on defense, that is blocking out and judging the ball. Offense is kind of a little bit more work involved and a little bit more innate sense. Offensive rebounders, I believe, are born. There's just some guys that can go get the ball at the rim. I don't know why. And that's an offensive skill that Pirtle just quite frankly doesn't have. And it's hard to find, but you can tell.
Dennis Rodman, you said,
born
he said, I could tell by the spin of the ball where it was going to come off. And at first, you kind of look at him like he's crazy because it's Dennis. But then when you see how many rebounds he got, he's like, you know what? Maybe he's telling the truth.
No, he was telling the truth. And there ain't no coach in the world that told him judge the spin of the ball. I mean, some guys are just born.
Right.
I mean, all you can do is coach guys to where they need to put their feet.
Speaking of Dennis, you see his daughter got $1 million soccer deal. I mean, it's not $1 million a year, but like $1 million over some years. So shout out to little Rodman.
I want Zach Collins to get more minutes. This 18 and 9 ain't enough. I know we're rounding him back into form. When he is in, that offense moves. It does.
Rob,
it
you want him to be Kevin McHale so bad.
I don't want him to be Kevin McHale. I just want him on the court. Be a threat. And there'll be nights when that threat is realized.
I do think he's on a pitch count.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
4-7 last night. There was no need for him not to be in the field.
Yeah.
But this pitch count, he starts to get a little damp. Got to go sit down, a little warm. We don't want Zach to overheat.
I don't know what's up with the Italian mob slicked hair, but whatever. Do your thing, Zach.
He's always looked like that.
Yeah,
I'm coming out of high school.
I'm like, dude,
what kept his look?
It's real Hollywood TikTok influencer house. I don't know. It's weird, but he gets busy when he's out there.
I like his game. He is everything I thought he was going to be. I would like to see about 25 to 30 minutes of it instead of what did we get last night? 17. So we're getting closer.
I think the doctors have told Pop 20. No more than 20.
You also have to balance the idea of achievement versus long-term success, because you might accidentally win a few games that you're not planning on winning if you're kind of circling some draft picks. If Zach Collins plays a little bit more, or maybe this is the road trip. They're going through the boot camp, and when they return for that last run, he will be fully involved in the offense. Who knows? That's your Spurs talk. Once again, they got the Thunder tomorrow on the road. We'll have your shoot around in preparation for that tomorrow at 8:30 as Carolina, our Spurs insider, joins us yet again. Time for news. This will be your last opportunity to be fully informed by the time you get to the water cooler today. Karl's got you going. Let's do this. It's for the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
MLB seeks ability to reduce size of domestic reserve list in the latest labor offer to players' union, sources say. Major League Baseball asked for the ability to eliminate hundreds of minor league paying jobs in its latest labor offer to the MLB Players Association, sources familiar with the proposal told ESPN. Currently, the domestic reserve list, which governs the number of minor league players a team can roster at any time, is at 180. The league proposed keeping the number to 180 for 2022, but allowing the commissioner's office to reduce the maximum number of players to as few as 150 over the rest of the collective bargaining agreement, sources say. The proposal says the league could adjust the reserves list's size up or down. MLB, according to the league source, has no plans to reduce the size of the list in 2023, but wants the flexibility to do so in future seasons.
Look, man, the players' union is too strong. They're not gonna accept a deal where you're taking jobs away.
Oh, let me ask you a question. So you're a third-year player. You're in the union, making some money. You've made it to the show, making $5 million a year, and you're a voting member of the Major League Baseball Players Association. And the Players Association is negotiating to keep your paycheck consistent and growing. But to do that, they're telling the new guys, look, there's not going to be money for this domestic reserve. If you're looking like the high school players and those young college guys, they're closing the door on those guys.
At least 30 of them per team. Right?
Yeah, and you, as a guy that's already on the team, has a vote. Like, how do you feel about us keeping those new guys from coming and taking your job? Which way are you going to vote? I mean, if you want to vote for your own self-worth or for your own, you want to vote for this and say, yeah, I don't want the new guys coming. Don't even give them jobs. Don't even give them a place to play.
But I was once those guys.
But you're right. So that's why you have this ethical question. Do I vote for my betterment or do I vote for the betterment of my union? We're going to see where these baseball players lie because the union needs to stay strong by keeping these guys involved.
But I mean, and the thing about it is on the other hand, you have to look at it like, look, they're not eliminating all of them. They're just eliminating some. So there's a bigger pie. And then you have to look at that like, hey, not everybody makes it. Not everybody makes the team. And that means a bigger slice of pie for me. So there's two ways of looking at it. Like, hey, you know what? I was once those guys. I don't want those. I want those guys to get every opportunity. But then the other hand is like,
what about me?
Not everybody makes the team.
You know, I like my job.
And I get a bigger piece of chicken. Tough call.
We'll see how they vote. If they go ahead and
glad it's not me.
This. Baseball's, if this is what they're still haggling over, they haven't even gotten to the big money issues.
Right.
Moving on.
Headline 1.
Bryson DeChambeau looks to smack down reports that he's skipping all PGA Tour events, as he says he isn't done playing for the PGA Tour. After reports surfaced Monday that DeChambeau told players at the Saudi Invitational International earlier this month that he wasn't playing in any more PGA Tour events, he released a statement on social media in which he disputed, saying that, quote, there are many false reports going around by the media that are completely inaccurate, DeChambeau wrote. Any news regarding my health or playing schedule will come directly from me and my team only. This is just another inaccurate report. I look forward to getting healthy and seeing everyone soon. DeChambeau, who's 28 years old, did not play in last week's Phoenix Open and isn't playing in this week's Guinness Invitational at the Riviera Country Club. He withdrew from the second round of the Saudi International because of left hand and hip injuries after shooting 3 over 73 in the first round. He later says he was hurt in a fall earlier that week.
DeChambeau did tell somebody that. He's probably joking, and he probably doesn't realize that nobody really likes him, and someone snitched on him. He probably like, yeah, man, I ain't coming back to PGA. I'm getting – because they get big money for playing over there. Like, you don't even have to win.
There's a new league for me.
Yeah.
That Premier Golf League where they were trying to get – and they're talking about each one of their –
Well, right now, this is just overseas balling, and they're just showing up for appearance fees. So you don't even make the cut.
You get paid.
You get a couple mil. So there's – the PGA does have an issue on their hand. But I do think Bryson said that. I could see him saying that. But I'm sure he didn't want it to get out, and someone snitched on him. And now he's going to probably come play a PGA Tour event or two. He's going to play in the majors, etc. But he's going to be over there and over across the border, across the pond, and getting those appearance fees.
Well, let me tell you, man, there's some money overseas right now.
A lot.
That Premier League's talking about 18 tournaments with $20 million purses per tournament, total of over $400 million paid out. It's only an 8-month season. You get a $1 million team bonus weekly. I mean, they're paying for people to go. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bryson go for a lot of reasons.
So was the AAFL, and then the checks stopped coming in. Like, where does money?
I agree.
Where does money coming from?
It's Saudi oil. It's Saudi.
Well, if it's them, that's different. If it's their league, okay, I get it. But if it's just some random, I'm like, I don't know about that. But I mean, how do you turn down free money?
That's why I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of these guys.
But I remember Tiger saying, like, look, I'm loyal to the PGA. And I think a lot of guys will be like that.
Their premise, I'm reading an article, the top 5 to 10% of players generate 80 or 90% of the interest in revenue. They're trying to pluck those guys off and pay them in a 48-team, a 48-member Premier League. That's all there would be. They'd play 18 tournaments and all fight over $20 million per tournament. There are going to be some yeses. There are going to be some yeses.
Yeah, you know what? I'll probably go get I got to go get me a bag or two. I need a bag or two of that for sure. I remember Tiger played over there one year, and he was like, I'll give you so many million reasons why I'm going over there.
True that.
I remember that tournament. I can't remember how many million they gave him to go, but he was like, I'll give you 6 million reasons why I'm going. And everybody was like, ooh.
I think it was like 600,000 for one day one time.
It was crazy. I'm going to get that too.
I would.
Now, I'm not turning my back on the PGA, but now if you're the PGA, do you draw your line in the sense that, hey, if you play one tournament over there, you ain't allowed back?
Well, they are. That's what they're talking about. It's literally the old AFL, NFL argument back.
Like you can't double dip.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing like, I mean, even though you're getting your money, do you really want to be left out of the Masters? Do you really want to be left out of Pebble Beach? Out of the 16th at the Waste Management? Drunken idiots. I don't know. That's a tough call. You really want to not play at the Players? I don't know. I didn't hear you, Karl.
100 million.
Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Headline 0.
Novak Djokovic says he will opt out of future Grand Slams with COVID-19 vaccine mandates. In his first interview since being deported from Australia last month, Novak Djokovic reiterated his stance on not getting vaccinated against COVID-19 and said he would opt out of playing in future majors that would require him getting inoculated. Yes, that is the price I am willing to pay, Djokovic told BBC in a story published early Tuesday morning.
Oh, who?
BBC, British Broadcast Communications, I guess. Djokovic, the number one player in the world, was at the center of global media firestorm and an international legal battle in January after receiving a medical exemption to play in the Australian Open and then having his visa revoked by the Australian government. Ultimately, he was forced to leave the country and was unable to defend his title at this year's first Grand Slam. Djokovic, 34, told BBC he isn't against vaccinations. His quote is, "I have never said that I am part of that movement," he noted, but he believes in personal choice, and he said it is more important than potentially winning his 21st major trophy.
Just own it that you are anti. Why? Like, what do you mean? I just believe in freedom of choice. I'm not against it. Like, you're missing out on passing Sampras, on passing Nadal over the vaccine. So it's not about choice. It's about your anti-vaccine, which there's millions of people that are anti-vaccine. Own it. Millions. You ain't by yourself. Like Michael Jackson said, you are not alone. I'm here with you. You know, there's plenty of people here with you. You and Kyrie can have Zoom meetings about it. Own it, bro.
You know,
stand 10 toes.
I think he kind of is. I mean, he is kind of owning it. He's like, you know, I am willing not to go play. Now, no, whether you're a vaxxer or non-vaxxer, you're falling on your sword, whether you're a vaxxer or non-vaxxer.
No, but why say you're not anti-vax?
I know. The outcome is the same, bro. I don't know where you're trying to go with that. You did not get vaccinated. You're saying you believe in vaccines, just not for you. Okay. You're
Whatever,
not,
bro.
It's been nice knowing you. I'm more power to you. Don't get vaxxed.
Agreed.
You don't have to get vaxxed because of me, but I don't have to watch you on Sunday. You don't have to go down in the record books. And you know what? If you want to die on that hill, you want to fall on that sword, more power to you. You'll be a footnote.
Agreed.
What a weird way to end a career. Moving on.
That's the 411 and a 210.
As we head into the offseason, the Los Angeles Rams have a lot of decisions to make. Are they going to build around this newly minted Hall of Fame quarterback? Is Stafford truly headed toward the Hall of Fame with his Super Bowl win? And if he is, he's going to be judged against others that are there. Let's look at the current Hall of Fame quarterback classes, see if he matches up with those, and also the current NFL quarterbacks who is also in the running. I think it'll open some eyes as to whether Stafford truly belongs in the Hall of Fame. We know that one Richard Sherman does not believe he belongs there.
No.
Do the numbers tell us elsewise? We'll talk about that next here on R&R in the Morning. You're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Did you wake up this morning sore? You know, you wake up and you got something that's bothering you. You get older, you start just applying that to age. Well, I won't use that today when you wake up and suddenly you're limping for no apparent reason. Or maybe you did something where you pulled a hamstring and hurt your shoulder or lower back. If you're dealing with soft tissue injuries, I want you to call my friends over at Arasti. Arasti providers all around San Antonio. Let me tell you, literally all around San Antonio. I bet there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are now. One of the reasons there's so many of them is the training center is literally right here in San Antonio. Arasti is a designation. It is an achievement well above beyond just your normal medical certifications, like maybe a personal trainer or a rehab specialist. Maybe it's chiropractic. Maybe it is a general practitioner all the way up to orthopedics. You can be Arasti certified, and that is above and beyond just your normal general care. So when you go see an Arasti provider, they're experts at getting you fixed. Soft tissue injuries, shoot, they can get you taken care of under 4 visits. They studied 3.2 visits was the average. So if you're dealing with a frozen shoulder or lower back injuries, maybe you got those tight hamstrings that just won't get you around. You got plantar fasciitis in your feet, all the way to tension headaches. They can fix it. It is a mix of a variety of medical techniques. It's not invasive. We're not talking about surgery, and certainly not about those kind of medications that dull the pain but don't fix the problem. I know a lot of y'all are doing that right now, whether it be just be over-the-counter medications or maybe prescriptive. Get yourself off those things. Let your body fix itself. That's the thing about Arasti. They're all around San Antonio. They accept most insurances, and you never need a referral to go. So here's the number you need. 1-800-404-6050. Again, 1-800-404-6050. If you've got a child that's in athletics and dealing with an injury, they're above and beyond what they're getting from their school. You might want to consider Arasti there. If you're training for an event coming up and you might have hit a snag, maybe a short-term injury for your program and getting ready for a big event, call Arasti. They can help you get back in the game because that's what they do. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call an Arasti provider today. The number you need, 1-800-404-6050. The website, Arasti.com. That's spelled AIRROSTI.com. You can make your appointment there. Either way, get yourself fixed, and when you do, I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The San Antonio Spurs fell to the Chicago Bulls last night, 120-109. Former Spur DeMar DeRozan dropped 40 and notched his sixth straight game with at least 35 points. The Houston Rockets were defeated by the Utah Jazz, 135-101. Donovan Mitchell had 30 points to lead all scorers and sent Houston to their fifth straight loss and their ninth loss in the last 10 games. There's plenty of hoops action for the Texas team tonight. The Dallas Mavericks begin a 5-game road swing in Miami to take on Eastern Conference leading Heat. Tip-off is at 6:30 Central Time. Texas A&M will host Florida in College Station at 6 p.m. on the SEC Network. And a basketball edition of the Red River Rivalry pits 20th-ranked Texas at Oklahoma. That game gets started at 6 p.m. on ESPN2. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
And now an important message from Exergen. A critical new FDA study proves that non-contact thermometers are not accurate. They also have inaccurate information on their labels regarding accuracy. New COVID strains are on the rise, and non-contact manufacturers are being irresponsible at a time when accuracy matters. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. Switch to Exergen because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Now an important message from Exergen. A critical new FDA study proves that the widely used non-contact thermometers are not accurate and have high probabilities for false negative readings. New COVID strands are on the rise, and non-contact manufacturers are being irresponsible at a time when accuracy matters most. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. Don't wait. Switch to Exergen because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
If you suffer from chronic joint pain, don't assume that steroid shots, pain pills, and surgery are your only options. You can now get real, lasting, life-changing relief from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using biologic therapies to repair damaged tissue in your aching joints. The success rate is staggering. People with knee and back pain, shoulder pain, hip pain, they're moving again, enjoying life again, with help from QC Kinetics. This advanced, unique treatment protocol uses natural biologic agents, mostly from your own body. These powerful, highly concentrated growth factors are put directly into your affected joints, going to work to soothe the inflammation and restore damaged tissue. A truly regenerative treatment with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Finally, a new, different, highly successful approach to dealing with joint pain. Is it time you got a second opinion? Call QC Kinetics now at 210-571-0318 and wake up to a life without pain. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur with words from another happy payroll customer.
I've used it for a year now, and I've worried 0 time. I just enter in the time, it's calculated, and it's taken out a bank account, and it's just done. I love it.
Visit us at patriotsoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
Accounting and payroll. Keep your time and money.
It's like breakfast tacos with the hot stuff. Rob Thompson, Rudy J, R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It's R&R in the morning. The Blitz is going to be out and about today. Go join them. I'll be there. We're at the boardroom.
The boardroom.
Brand new place, 1604 and I-10 over there by Andretti's.
Dude, those engineers are special. Like, I don't even – you got the taco place. You got the flying place. You got Andretti. You got Topgolf. Like, where did they keep finding land?
they built that car dealership, but they didn't have enough room. They built a parking garage for a car dealership.
I'm like, where do they keep finding room to build stuff in that little corridor?
And it's strangely, as fast as they build it, it's not the easiest thing to get to. I mean, you have to, you don't just drive up on the Velvet Taco.
No.
You know what I mean? You have to plan on going there. You got to be in the right place.
So boardroom tonight, 4 to 7?
Yeah, it's one of those fancy places for us men. We get
Nice.
treated like kings.
That's awesome.
They'll be there from 4 to 7. They got great service there. They're going to be giving away some gift cards. If you sign up as one of our Sports Star listeners, one of our P1s, there's discounts to be had. Head out. It's a really cool place. We're excited to be out there. That's the boardroom at 1604 and I-10. Check out their website, boardroomsalon.com/rim crossing. If you want to get some more details.
Your self-care is important.
Yes, it is.
Go take care of yourselves, man. Yesterday was about her. Make today about you.
Ooh, there you go. Ooh. There are 26 quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, let's talk about it.
We are crowning the latest to be, that will be enshrined in Matt Stafford with his win. He's one of those quarterbacks with all the bona fides up until this. Now, except for wins. Was he the fastest to like 30,000 yards, fastest to 40,000 yards? He was the fastest in a variety of categories. He sits today as the leader of his generation in comeback victories. Now, you could argue two things there. One, your team's always freaking behind. So whenever you win, obviously you came from behind. Or you could look at it that he was overcoming the detriment that was the Detroit Lions for 10 years.
And you had Megatron.
And he had Megatron, which was very helpful.
And he played the Cowboys, and Megatron caught 300 yards.
So, there's modern era quarterbacks, and then there's old era quarterbacks, and it's not fair to compare Y.A. Tittle to Matt Stafford. I understand that.
Right.
But when you look at those that are in, you get a good idea of who they were.
Let's get kind of close, Rob, because like you said, I don't want to go to the 40s guy.
So let's look at those that were kind of,
Yeah, that's
what
what I
about
want to
Kurt Warner? Kurt Warner had himself a brief shining moment of a career. For about 5 years, he was the best.
See, that's the key to it. There was a time where Kurt Warner was the best QB in the league. I don't know if Matt's ever had that moment. Matt's never had a moment where he was the best QB in the league for 2 years. The greatest show on turf was a 2-3 year run. Stafford hasn't had that. So and Kurt, one Super Bowl, 2 trips?
One Super Bowl, 2 trips.
Okay, because he went with the Cardinals, right? No, he went twice with the Rams. So 3, because didn't he go with the Cardinals?
3, there you go.
He lost to Pittsburgh, but go ahead. So, he's a Hall of Fame.
I don't think any question, but it was about a longevity thing for Warner. He just didn't do it for very long, but he got in.
Okay.
Now, I'm looking for guys to compare, and you look at those that are in. Norman Van Brocklin, I don't know. Johnny U, I don't know. Y.A. Tittle, I don't know. I remember vaguely Fran Tarkenton. Fran never won a Super Bowl, went to 4 consecutive NFC championship games with those Vikings, but never won one. He's in.
Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly. What about Ken Stabler? Would Ken Stabler
remember
Ken.
Ken.
That gets too far back. Dan Marino will always.
But what do you think about Ken? You saw Ken.
Ken was the product of his team. I think his longevity helped.
He's in?
He's in. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Go ahead.
And he's got the Super Bowl. He got the win. He passed the test for quarterbacks. He got a Super Bowl.
Okay.
And he was also quintessential of his era. And the other thing I think of when I think of players that go into the Hall of Fame, can I write the story of the league without them?
Yes, you can write it.
Well, I don't think I could write the story of the league without Ken Stabler.
Oh, no, not Ken. I mean, without Matt Stafford.
Could I write the story as we sit today of the NFL and not include Matt Stafford? I kind of say yes.
Absolutely.
As we sit today.
Right.
But now that he's got the Super Bowl, at least he's a footnote as a starting quarterback of a Super Bowl champion. Then you look at the likes of Dan Fouts. Dan Fouts was one of, yes, he's in. Thousands and thousands and thousands of yards.
Mm-hmm.
But Stafford beat him when we get to fastest to certain levels. Fouts played for one team only, never left the Chargers. Threw for a lot of yards, threw to all pros and threw to Hall of Famers. But he got in without a Super Bowl.
Let's, since we're talking about Stafford, let's read the Richard Sherman tweet, Rob. We're going to talk about it on the podcast, but the Hall of Fame bar is incredibly low now, like a participation trophy. No all-decade team, no all-pro, no MVP, one Pro Bowl, not even MVP of the Super Bowl, never considered the best in any year he played. At least Matt Ryan has an MVP.
But consider, so if by
that
that
was
logic,
a strong tweet.
But by that logic, no one who played in the Jordan era can be considered for the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean?
Well, but they got all pros and MVPs. Like Stafford doesn't have any of those.
Well, I mean, when you are playing in the era of Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, it's going to be real difficult to get some of these things. I don't think you should be held accountable for those two guys that are certain first ballot.
Andrew
100%.
Brees.
Well, we could throw in a bunch of dudes.
I'm just saying there's other guys as far as like when you talk about all pro and you played against Drew Brees in the Drew Brees era, Aaron Rodgers era, Tom Brady, Big Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning. It was going to be tough to make all pros.
Hall of Fame quarterbacks play in this era than there has ever been.
Right.
So yes, the bar might seem a little bit lower because there are more possibilities, but think about what the Hall of Fame quarterback situation looked like back in the 80s. There was nothing like this.
And the thing about it is he still has another 4 years. It's that, I mean, let's say he throws for 4,000 over the next 4 years. He's adding 16,000 yards to whatever he's at now. It's going to be tough to keep him out even without the all pros, but the thing about it that's alarming is the one Pro Bowl, because the Pro Bowl guys sit out all the time. He should have more than one Pro Bowl.
Well, he could have.
Now, all pro, that's totally different. And I have all pro holds more weight for me than Pro Bowls because, like this year, perfect example. Like we're down to third string receivers, third string running backs. So, like, are you really a Pro Bowler? Like the all pro is where the meat and potatoes is, and he's never been all pro. But again, he's going up against Peyton, Tom, Drew, Aaron, Ben, etc.
So who's waiting? We figure Eli Manning is a shoe-in. You get two. I don't think you can question it.
No, he's in.
We figure, I think Russell Wilson's in. I think he is.
Ben is in.
Ben is in. Tom's in for sure.
Drew's
in. Aaron's in.
Patty. Even though he's in his 5th year, Patty's in.
I'm not going to say he's in yet.
Patrick Mahomes is a Hall of Famer.
But can we say in his 4th year that he's a Hall of Famer? I guess we are.
Yeah,
right,
Patrick Mahomes.
If Werner got in, I guess
Patrick Mahomes.
So Patty's in. That's 6. That's 6.
I think that's it.
No, I don't think that's. I think that's it. So judging by those 6 that are waiting, does he measure up against those? Because Stafford would be the 7th if he was to retire today. 5 years from today, would he go in, judging by the 6 that we do believe will get in the next 5 years? I think he fits in that circle, but man, that's a lot of quarterbacks to put in.
I don't think by that, man. I don't think because all those guys have
considering.
Well, Russell only has 1. I don't know if Russell's a Hall of Famer.
I don't know yet either. I feel like he is.
Right now, Wilson's not a Hall of Famer. If it ended today, he's not in.
He's got the, well, if he's not in, then how can Stafford be in?
Exactly. I don't think you can put Stafford in. Like for the guys that are like on the cusp, you have to have 2. Because Eli's numbers and Eli's eye test don't meet Hall of Fame standards.
I know, but
it don't meet Hall of Fame standard, but he has 2 rings.
And
even though those 2 rings are a lot had to do with the fact that he had one of the best defensive lines of all time. 2, He played in New York. His last name's Manning. He's in.
Eli Manning's record as a quarterback is 117 and 117.
I know.
You see what I'm saying? He shouldn't be in.
But 2 Super Bowls is the litmus test. If you get 2 by the number, by what we've been told by previous votes, it is a shoo-in. It's done.
The 117, that's awful.
It's awful. And we saw him play long enough, especially at the end of his career, where, dude, you weren't Hall of Fame.
I think even with the 2, if he's not a Manning, he's not in. That's royalty. That's NFL royalty.
We're going to put a bow on it. This is worthy of discussion because this is those fine lines. This is not binary. There's no 0 and 1s. It's not all or none. Look forward to halftime. Carolina Teague's going to join Michael in minutes. And don't forget the Blitz is going to be out and about. Lots to talk about. It won't be any fun unless you're with us. Hang on. This is R&R in the Morning. You're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
If it's rim wrecking board busting action you want, then come and get it.
Catching a right-hand dunk.
The greatest ballers on earth are doing their thing on the hard court, and we bring it to you. Catch the action on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It's time to change the way you think about your barbershop experience. Boardroom Salon will elevate your grooming experience with first-class haircuts, shaves, styling tips, and more. Boardroom Salon is designed with your comfort and relaxation in mind, with a luxurious, sophisticated environment, complimentary beverages, and a great vibe. Let Boardroom Salon set the benchmark for the best haircut experience you've ever had at their newest salon opening on February 15th at the Rim Crossing at the corner of North Loop 1604 and I-10 in Northwest San Antonio next to Velvet Taco. In honor of the grand opening coming up, Boardroom is offering our listeners 10% off all services for a limited time using the promo code #SportsStar for new clients only. And be sure to check out Boardroom's discounted haircut memberships and gift card specials with savings up to $265 this month on their unlimited haircut memberships. Visit boardroomsalon.com/rimcrossing. Boardroom Salon. It's more than just a haircut. It's where men get ready, relax, look great, and feel confident.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7, with supplies and solutions for every industry, and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
When it comes to Twin Peaks beverages, they take things pretty seriously, which is why over the last few months they've been innovating, they've been creating, and they've created an elevated drink menu that is something for everyone. Their newest creations have already hit the bar. Get ready for additions like the Pink Whitney with Pink Lemonade Vodka by the Spittin' Chicklets Group, the Termana Silver, one of Dwayne Rock Johnson's premium tequilas. Cheers! Twins! Eats are fantastic. Drinks, they're icy cold. And oh, those scenic views.
The Paul Feinbaum Show.
I got more football knowledge in my little finger than you got between them 2 big dumbbells on your ear, buddy.
This afternoon at 2, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
This is Jason Minnick. You're listening to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
R&R in the morning. Rob had to run. And when I say run, I meant run to the money. And he didn't log out of StreamYard. So we just see his Sports Star background. So he'll be back tomorrow morning with us. He had to get out of here, head to a meeting. Be good.
I didn't know that. Okay, now we don't have to see his background anymore.
Yeah,
all right.
No, it's all good. Yeah. He had to get up out of here. Duty calls. Interesting conversation we ended on. You know, who's a Hall of Famer, who's not. You hate to, if you're Matthew Stafford and you're watching television today or you're listening to radio today, you're like, damn, I just won a Super Bowl and y'all are trying to keep me out of the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Like, that's another reason why I feel like the player-media relationship is just, it's almost null and void. Because we do stuff like right now, First Take, is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Famer? And it's just like, damn, man, I can't even enjoy. Like, my wife went through brain surgery recently. Like, we overcame a lot. I was in Detroit all my life. I just won a Super Bowl, and now here y'all come discrediting me. Screw the media. I'll just go to the Players Tribune and talk to my people myself. It's got to stink. You know what I mean? It's got to suck. But it is what it is. That's what we do. Shout out to the Blitz getting their quote, Emmitt Smith quotes picked up on Get Up this morning. That's Mike Greenberg's show. The quote was, again, I did the camera work. And when I say camera, I mean I-13. Just hold your hand steady. The quote from Emmitt Smith that made it to Get Up from the San Antonio Sports Star 103.3 was, when I look at our Cowboys, I'm looking for, who are we going to be? Are we going to stay the same? Or are we going to just take all this talent and waste it over 3 or 4 or 5 year time frame, assuming and expecting to do something great, doing the same things over and over and over again? End of quote. It stings when it comes from Emmitt. It stings when it comes from Troy. It stings when it comes from Michael Irvin. Because remember when Troy had his comments like, hey, if that was Michael Irvin and they were playing Michael Irvin like that, Michael Irvin would have had 10 catches. So then Troy is accused of criticizing Dak. Was it a criticism of Kellen Moore? Was it a criticism of Mike McCarthy? And if you listen to the Emmitt interview in full, you can go to sasportstar.com/audio vault. You can listen to that interview in full. And he's not the biggest fan of Mike McCarthy. He talked a lot about how Jimmy prepared. You know, he said they were playing the San Francisco 49ers. It was 92. The field was in horrible shape. Jimmy's walking the field, and he's telling his offensive coordinator, hey, if you're going to run this route for Michael Irvin, run it on this side. Because if he runs on the other side, he's going to slip. If you're going to run the toss to Emmitt, run it on the other side. Because if you run this side, he's going to slip. It could be a fumble. So he's prepared for all these things. And then he brings up Cedric Wilson in the playoffs, where Cedric Wilson's wide open over the middle of the field. Dak throws it to him, but Cedric can't see the ball because of the way the stadium is set up, and the sun is blinding him. Now, this was something that Rob asked Mike McCarthy about in one of our interviews. And Mike didn't blow him off, but Mike was kind of like, yeah, I know, whatever. And so Emmitt was like, yo, y'all didn't know about this? And so he talked a whole lot about preparation and being prepared for certain situations, and how, Mike McCarthy really hasn't been. Jimmy Johnson was. And again, he never used Mike McCarthy by name. But you can, like I said, you can go listen to the conversation. I won't say interview. You can go listen to the conversation between Emmitt, Jason Minix, and Joe Reinagel, and hear for yourself and just read between the lines. He's not a huge fan. Well, this season anyway, he hasn't been a huge fan of what McCarthy did. It's right there, Shelton, underneath the desk. Oh, okay. So go listen to it yourself. SanAntonioSportsStar.com/audio vault. What's up, man? What you need? Oh, yeah, Shelton's in here, our head engineer. I thought he wanted my equipment. Remember I was telling y'all I had to bring my equipment in here today. He asked for it back, but it's in here. And anyway, so that's about it. We're almost done.
You think they're gonna maybe get some dimmers though,
What's
curtains for whatever reason they decided to make that stadium east to west instead of north to south?
Rob asked McCarthy about that. Like, hey, is Jerry gonna get some curtains? McCarthy blew him off.
It's a weird thing. I know that it's maybe a home field advantage, but it's obviously a disadvantage just because of how human eye mechanics work. You're just going to get a visor for all of your receivers on day games.
Was that a misstep to build it east to west? Or do you think they did that on purpose?
I think they did it on purpose because it shines the light through. And
then it's on your coaching staff to know when it's up, down, around, side. But that's the other thing. Like when I'm coaching, I just want to be able to worry about the X and O's. I don't want to have to be worrying about, okay, we get the coin toss, the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. Okay, so let's receive the ball.
Sunsets at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Like I shouldn't even have to be worried about that in a $5 billion stadium. Speaking of stadiums, Karl. So I don't remember if it was Ken's, it was KSAT. I don't remember, but I'm scrolling Facebook last night and come to find out one of the main head engineers for SoFi Stadium went to Churchill.
Oh, cool.
Also had a hand in Jerry's World also, but, SoFi Stadium is slick. I think it has Jerry beat.
It does.
It's more sad. Look, Jerry's girl is hot. SoFi is exotic. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to say it's probably $3 billion more. I have some friends up in the DFW area that tell me that Jerry's been wanting to build a new stadium already, and that one was just built in 2009. Yeah.
Are you serious? Is it because of SoFi in Las Vegas?
Yeah, exactly. He's getting one up, so he's just like, I'm going to build a new palace then.
Do you like the Roomba in Las Vegas?
I think the class of the NFL stadiums is actually the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Atlanta.
Really?
That is a place that I want to see. The Roomba, it looks like a Roomba. Yeah, I would be down if somebody gave me free tickets to the nightclub they have in the end zone.
I'd do that.
Yeah, that would be a cool experience. But yeah, SoFi is probably on the list right after Mercedes-Benz Arena.
And in the NBA, the Sacramento's is beautiful.
That's the Golden One Center, I believe, and then the Chase Arena in San Francisco is really nice.
I think those are the creme de la creme.
Mm-hmm.
I know we just put $100 million in it, but considering we got new investors, it's time to redo the AT&T Center and put it somewhere else.
I was about to say they're probably, is Retama Park an area, because you saw that they're building that practice facility sort of in the northwest area. I don't know exactly where it's going to be.
Yeah, that's like the I-10 northwest area.
I could see it being somewhere, I guess, a little further towards New Braunfels. I think they'd like to make it more accessible to Austin fans to draw from the other, major urban area.
Absolutely. Well, fun show today. Rob, like I said, Rob had to run, but it's all good. We had a fun show. Tomorrow, I know we'll probably have Carolina Teague. They play the Thunder tomorrow, right? So we'll have Carolina Teague at 8:30. And then we'll just see what comes down over the pipe tomorrow. But Matthew Stafford, I apologize, man. We should just be celebrating your win. We shouldn't be talking about you not being a Hall of Famer or not. But when football's over, got to figure out something to talk about. But now we got Winter Olympics finishing up. March Madness is about to start up. Basketball All-Star break is next. They're in Cleveland for the All-Star game. But from what I'm told, Cleveland's not too bad of a city. I've been hard on Cleveland. It's all right, right?
I've never been either. It's not on my list of places
like
to
Joe
go.
Kim Noah said a few years ago when he was with the Bulls, I've never heard anybody say I'm in a rush to go to Cleveland. Have you? So, whatever. How much time we got, Karl?
We got 25 seconds.
25 seconds, that's it? All right. Rudy J., Rob Thompson, Karl Schoen produced the show. We'll be back tomorrow, and like Rob always says, we're going to go look at the tape, and we're going to try and be better. R&R in the morning, man. One and only. See you guys in mañana. I got to get out of here. It's 10 o'clock.
My old place, and I'm getting weary.
We promise to never waste your time on nonsense. Know who's stealing the snacks in your break room, blah, blah, blah. We talk about the NBA and a lot of it.
That's today's NBA. Yeah. I mean, you look around the league and you almost need an updated roster.
Get the latest from around the league from the experts and analysts who know.
Let them play ball. They're going to be fine. Let's go.
San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Like getting credit for everything you do? We created 102 reasons to switch to a Jackson Hewitt Tax Pro this year. The first 100 reasons, you'll get $100 to switch. Yep, $100. Reason 101, we'll track down every last tax credit so you get every dollar you deserve. 102, we guarantee your biggest refund. Want to discover reason 103? Book an appointment at a participating location near you and get credit for everything you do. Offer ends March 6th. Available at participating retail locations for new clients only. Mention this ad when filing. Terms apply. Visit jacksonhewitt.com for details.
Sure, we have 30 seconds to tell you that drivers who switch to Progressive could save big. But then what? We could romance the legal copy. It never gets the attention it deserves. And some lawyer worked real hard on it. So take it away, lawyer.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Now that was some beautiful legal. Well done, lawyer. Well done.
Guys, did you know that starting around age 30, men's testosterone levels can decline naturally? As a result, you may experience low energy, lack of focus, problems in the bedroom, or even depression. If that's you, then it's time to rethink your health. The solution? Testosterone replacement therapy with Synergenics. It's easy. Just take the test at one of our clinics in the San Antonio area. For more info and to schedule an appointment, head